Okay.
Or is it called being old?
We're good to go. Oh my goodness. Okay. We're live. Sorry about that. I haven't done this particular show for quite some time, and I do apologize to Chris, who hasn't gotten back to me. I told him we have to go a little bit early because we have a German who's in, I guess, some foreign land and foreign time zone, and he's kind of cranky and he wants to go to sleep eventually. So I apologize. We are doing a little bit of pre-show first before Chris gets here. I do have Rez with us. I have GeoStreber, 82 Productions, and a few other people that might be joining while we do election coverage tonight and go over the electoral map as we did for the last two elections. Anyways, hey, what up, all? Hi.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, let's do it.
I hope you all got some alcohol and, well, it's either alcohol or hard drugs. Both are acceptable here.
Why are those mutually exclusive?
You know,
they're not.
You make a good point, Steve.
Yeah. So anyways,
you make a good point.
The outside out there, let us know if you can hear everybody fine now. I think so. I do want to get our election predictions out of the way. GeoStreber and I have both made an electoral map. We put that on X or Twitter or whatever. It's kind of like this.
It's called Twitter, Steve. Don't call it X.
I don't want
Twitter.
to name. Yeah, it's Twitter. I'm gonna always call it Twitter.
Yeah, it's called Twitter, you blue-checked piece of shit.
It can also be referred to as, quote, a cesspool.
Dude, he's never going to get over that I went blue on that particular. No, well, it wasn't even on the Non-Sequitur Show channel. I put it on my account. It was put on my Steve McRae account that I went blue. But I got to tell you.
How about this? Because if you just desecrated the Non-Sequitur Show with a blue check mark, jeez,
dude,
so fucking help me.
Edit feature. I'm not going to front. And Grok is pretty good. Grok is way better than ChatGPT. I mean,
I don't give a fuck. You pay for fucking Twitter.
Dude, AI is great. You know how much AI has helped me in, like, doing stuff?
I don't give a shit. Don't pay for fucking Twitter.
Whatever.
You know, somebody really played a very hilarious practical joke on Thunderfoot recently. Did you see that? By gifting him a blue check mark.
Really? Oh yeah, he hates that.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were going to do that.
That was so hilarious.
So I don't make a bad call here, Reds. Have you announced what we talked about? You were going to announce yet, or you want to make a pre-announcement that you will be making an announcement, or do you want me to shut the hell up about it and not let anybody know about anything?
I am going to be completely honest with you, Steve. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Remember you go talk about Twitter?
Wait, you're finally announcing the engagement?
I mean, I was trying to keep that secret, 82. You know, people don't need to know about our, dirty little secret. And
what did you finally marry your mirror image?
Did you really forget about our conversation?
I'm letting you guys know right now. 82 Productions has decided to look past the fact that I'm a hideously ugly beast, and we're in love, and none of you can do a goddamn thing about it.
Look, true love, I don't judge. But you really don't remember what we were talking about?
Me leaving Twitter?
Yeah.
I mean, you announced that. That's
public
nothing
fucking
new.
knowledge now.
Well, I didn't know you were gonna. You said you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna announce it on my channel and stuff like that." I didn't want to.
I did announce it on my channel.
Whatever.
He announced it during his last stream,
okay,
and he also posted it.
Jared, I don't watch him.
See, and that's why he didn't offer.
Dude, I just didn't watch the last episode. I'm sorry.
See, anyways, this is why I gave 82 Productions the hand job and not you.
This is why you guys are engaged, though. He must.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
he understands me, Steve.
Nobody understands you. Well, no, nobody understands GeoStreber. That's because he's German. All right, let's get into election stuff. So, I have my projections for a win for Trump at 381 electoral votes, wasn't it? Is that what I?
No.
383. Yeah,
355.
So, Geo, you had it as what?
I have it Democrats 260, Republicans 278.
Okay, so we are like super, super close. The only difference between GeoStreber and mine's prediction is that we switched Michigan and Wisconsin. That's it.
Yeah, so basically I predict the following states to go to Trump of the swing states. Nevada, Wisconsin, North Carolina, Arizona. I predict Pennsylvania and Michigan and Virginia to go to Harris.
Okay.
And Steve has the same thing, apart from the fact that Wisconsin and Michigan are flipped.
Yes.
So he predicts Michigan to be red and Wisconsin to be blue.
It's really, really close. Reds, you have what now?
I have Democrats at 276, Republicans at 262.
All right, so you have a Kamala win.
Yeah, I have her taking Virginia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Also Nevada as well.
Okay. And AT2, what do you got, Jared? What do you predict?
That we're fucked either way.
Well, yeah, I mean, dude, seriously, like legit. I mean, I would say it's a difference between a turd taco and a shit sandwich. I don't, whatever. Pick, but well, you got it.
So,
you're limited on your options here, man.
So by the way,
no, hang on. Let's get a correction here. It's giant douche versus turd sandwich. Get your shit together.
In about 12 minutes, we're gonna get a very significant new update because at 8 p.m. Eastern time, which is 2 a.m. Central European time.
It's 12 minutes from now.
Yes, the following states are going to be closing their polling stations, so we might get first results. Alabama, Connecticut, Washington, D.C., Delaware, Florida, Illinois, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Mississippi, Missouri, New Hampshire, New Jersey, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and Tennessee. So that's a big chunk. So
I think we can safely say that Massachusetts is going to be blue, and Rhode Island's going to be blue. New York's going to be blue.
Well, we'll update as we go along.
New York is not even going to be predicted to come out. It's 2 hours later.
I'm predicting it, motherfucker.
Oh, 1 hour later, actually.
Hang on. The man of the hour is here. He arrived. Chris, Hereticals. The man, the official media personality. He got upgraded. Like, he's an official media personality now.
When I initially got the blue tick and I was doing some advertising and marketing, to do that you had to have something underneath, and I went for it. So we'll go with it. I mean, hell, I'm here, so I mean that's got to count for something.
Hey, Chris, I just wanted to let you know that I did. Like just now, I did receive that gift that you sent me, and thank you for sending me the flavored variety.
I didn't know they came flavored.
You've lost me.
We're just going to let that hang in the air there.
There's something sexual there. There's like sexual tension, and
Steve, you and your dirty mind.
No, you started it.
The tension ended years ago.
Yeah, actually, Jared started it. All right, so we just went over our projections, Chris. So you being the political, and I'm going to say it, the political expert on these matters, even though you're not even from our lands. I want to know. Exactly,
neither am I.
That's true, but I want to.
It's okay, Geo. You'll be a transplant.
What are your going to be your predictions? Because right now, again, I got 383 for Trump. Geo has
383 for Trump.
283.
You mean 283?
283 for Trump. What did I say? 30. Yeah, 283 for Trump.
And just to repeat, I have 276 for Harris, 262 for Trump.
I'm on. Let's see. I'm on 260 for Harris, 278 for Trump.
So it's indelible now. So we've got them recorded for posterity. What do you have?
312 for Trump.
Jesus Christ!
You're going balls deep.
I think Trump's going to pick up Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania and Michigan as well. Oh, fucking hell!
Yeah, I think. Look, Michigan. What you got to take into account, Michigan, is there's a large Muslim population. And the Muslim vote has swung away from Harris. It's very much swung towards Trump.
How is that possible? I mean, isn't Trump the guy who claimed he would deport all of them?
A long time ago. No, well, look, I think it's
like 3 weeks ago.
What's going on in the Middle East is a huge issue at the moment. And when you look at the different policy positions, Trump's very much anti-war, looking to negotiate an end to the war and stop the bloodshed, whereas Kamala Harris, she's just one of the war hawks. She's no different to any of the others. They'll see a continuation of wars gleefully.
All right, so
that's Trump certainly makes it look like this, but when you look at his first term, one of the first things was bombing Syria. So
time out for a sec before we discuss how to liberate a country with white phosphorus. So Georgia, we have 19% in, 19% in, 62% for Trump, 37% for Harris.
Yeah, and
I think you need to be a little bit careful there, though, because I know Red Mirage is the regional. Once the cities pop in, so Atlanta will pop in. Atlanta is going to swing it very blue, And look, mail-in ballots are going to play a part in this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know. There's keep in mind there is this thing called the Red Mirage that's going to get a lot closer as time goes on. But with 19% in, Trump is leading 62.5% to 37%. North Carolina only 3% in, but Harris is up 66% to 32%. Pennsylvania nothing, Arizona nothing. Obviously.
How about we do this? Because you're absolutely right on all that. So let's kind of go through these as they're coming in. Projection rise. Right now, Georgia is looking projected towards Trump. North Carolina is looking projected toward, and again, these are light projections.
Very light projections.
Actually, I'll just bring up one that has come up because it's a big one. 78% of Florida is in, with 58% towards Trump. So you would have to give Florida to Trump.
Yeah,
I would.
Which is no great surprise, really.
I would eat my socks if Florida went blue.
I mean, I just want to point out that somebody on Twitter proposed that if Harris wins this election, that person would castrate themselves. Do you want the sharp knife or the rusty, blunt one? That's full of tetanus.
It's like, I'm going to move to Canada if Trump gets back in. Okay.
So long as none of them move to Australia. I mean, last time we had them all threatening to move to Australia, and like you guys were going to send the worst. We were getting the Rosie O'Donnells.
Chris, wait. You know that Trump is now a convicted felon, right? Which means that he qualifies to move to Australia.
Ooh, too soon.
That's low. That's low.
Soon.
But that's low.
Oh.
But,
and here's something to keep in mind, though, everyone. During 2016 and 2020, you had people saying the same shit. How many of them actually followed through?
Oh, zero.
Absolutely zero.
They're all talk.
Yeah.
They're all talk.
Yeah.
And I mean, if anything, maybe they realised that by threatening to leave, it actually encouraged people to vote for Trump. I mean, Rosie O'Donnell coming out and saying that she'll leave the country. I mean, that might just move a few people to vote for Trump.
Right,
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask
Hey,
you
so
this.
one thing I did want to touch on before, and it was something that was said before. So Trump, one thing I think people have to give him is he started no new wars. I know there was a comment about him bombing Syria. That was ISIS. That was all that kind of stuff that was ending. He ended that. He's the first president since before Roosevelt to not enter into or begin a new war. For global security, sitting here as an Australian, he's the person I want to see win, because I think the world is safer with a strong America, and I think the world is safer with an America that doesn't want to go into wars.
I think that's a fair check mark, to put in his win column. Again, people know, look, I am not for Trump or Kamala. I don't care. I'm doing this as neutrally as possible. Chris, you can testify. I've tried to be neutral on this stuff. Have I not? You've seen the crap that I get.
Absolutely. And by the same token, I remember it was 4 years ago I came on your stream, and I actually said if I was in America, I would have voted for Biden back then because I thought he'd be a great unifier. Hell, I was wrong. I was absolutely wrong on that one. So, I'm not
Biden is
diehard.
Not only was he divisive, he was just
he's brain dead right now.
Yeah, he was not competent enough to take in that position. He maybe in his
Well,
heyday.
but when you look back at his debate against Trump in 2020,
he did okay.
He was fine. He was okay. He came across well. But you compare that to 2024, and look, I mean, I don't think he's brain dead. I think he's still somewhat competent. But the reality is, he's an older man.
Yeah.
And look, the presidency. I think I saw something the other day. They said the only person that the presidency didn't age was Trump. I mean, you look at Obama before and after he went into office. That dude aged about 40 years.
Well, something looked like great to begin with,
Trump just, yeah. Well, yeah. Good point. I mean,
actually, I know another president that didn't age at all during his time. Was Kennedy.
Too soon.
Yeah.
Extenuating circumstances, though.
That Robert Kennedy Jr. is still in this race officially, right? He gets a percent or so of the votes here, and that's the guy.
I think only in Michigan and Wisconsin, though.
Yeah, I mean that's the guy who claims that he has brainworms, right? Which is objectively the second worst thing that ever went through a Kennedy's brain.
Too soon.
Mm-hmm. I see what you did there.
Real quick, I guess. Hang on one second. If you listen to Biden's early stuff, Chris, you're right. And Biden was pretty sharp back in the day. But he's not the same person he was 30, 40 some odd years ago.
Yeah, but also Biden 30, 40 years ago would be considered a conservative Republican now.
Or moderate to conservative, yeah, probably.
Oh, you look at some of his policies back then. I mean, and look, you can never judge a person from a different era by modern standards. I'm the first to say that. But the reality is, I mean, it's for as progressive as he claims to be. His views back in the day were pretty
racist.
Right.
Did Ohio just turn blue?
Yeah, just turned blue, minorly blue.
By the way, new results coming in 2 minutes for a shit ton of states in the eastern United States.
Nice.
Alabama, Connecticut, DC, Delaware, Florida, Illinois, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Mississippi, Missouri, New Hampshire, New Jersey, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and Tennessee.
Now, Geo, even though you're a little bit less cool than the rest of us in America land, since you are not an American and use these things called kilometers, whatever the fuck that is.
Whoa. Don't you be dissing the metrics.
Oh, don't worry. I'll get to you next, motherfucker. Anyway.
Hey.
So quick question, Gio. Who would you vote for?
In that particular decision between Harris and Trump?
Yes.
Oh, I'd go for a Remington shotgun.
But seriously, who would you vote for? I understand giant meteor.
It would have to be Harris. I mean, Trump is just absolutely unvotable for me. The guy's a massive liar, right? He's cheated on everything he could ever cheat on. And by the way, Chris, I disagree with your assessment that a Trump America going forward would be less likely to cause wars on a global scale, just because of Trump's significant threats against weakening NATO.
But actually, no, he didn't weaken NATO. He strengthened NATO because he got everyone else to contribute to NATO.
Now he's threatening to pull out.
Yeah, that's talk. We all know that's talk. He's not going to pull out of NATO. But
he can't even do it anymore, right?
No, he can't pull out of NATO.
I'm trying to get land here.
But look, 8 years ago, people said the same thing. World War III is going to happen. He's, Russiagate, Putin, all that kind of stuff. And the scary thing is, we're hearing the same kind of rhetoric now, but we've had 4 years of Trump. We know exactly what he's like. We know exactly what he did. The reality is he was brilliant for the American economy. And I can tell you that because, unfortunately for me, I'm someone who was buying stock in from the United States, and it started to cost me a lot more as soon as Trump was in. Cost me a lot less after Trump left. So the American economy was stronger. The American dollar was stronger. If I was in America, I would absolutely, hands down, be voting for Donald Trump. It wouldn't even be close. And look, I am conservative. I'm right wing. There's no two ways about that. So I do have a built-in bias. But I also think that your Democrats, apart from on social issues, can be fairly right wing. I think economically.
Here's what I'm just interrupt you for a second. Two states were just called Mississippi and Alabama.
Okay.
So both red.
Yes, obviously.
And Maryland was called blue. Holy shit! Texas.
Actually, I've just seen a huge update. Yeah, so it's one.
Yeah, Texas is also blue at the moment. Actually,
that's not going to last.
No, it's not.
Kyle Alexander, I gave you the link to get in. However, I only have 6 people at a time, so one of them takes up by the projection. So right now it's full. I do have another person coming on too at 6 o'clock. So I gave you the link just in case somebody has to go. But right now we are full on the panel. Can only have 5 people plus the presentation, so 6 total. So we did have a few updates just a second ago, I noticed.
Yeah, with the updates coming in. But first, let me just finish the series of questions here. Sure. So Geo for Harris. We have Chris for Trump. Steve, you're up next. Who would you vote for, or who did you vote for?
Well,
since you're actually an American.
I'm not going to say who I actually voted for or anything like that, because it's just the problem is that maybe
it's fair. Go fuck yourself is a fine answer.
After the election.
Okay, sounds good. 82 Productions. If you feel comfortable, you can say or not.
Oh, I exercised the right and actually followed a friend of mine and who is out in the live chat. Thoughts by Jay Brown. He let me know that he wrote in himself as president and myself as VP, so I did the same.
Watch him win.
Good stuff.
Wait. Clarification. Did you write him in as a president or yourself?
Him.
Okay.
I matched my vote to him.
So let me ask you: is my mic garbled? Because Thoughts by Jay Brown is saying that it's muffled, but he's the only one that said.
Oh,
that,
you
so
Probably on the live stream, not here.
No, I think you sound weird, but that's just your accent.
This is my American accent. Let me ask Hank out there. Hank, I trust Hank out there for his audio. So Hank, let me know how my audio is. Maybe it's just on Jason's end. I don't know. Let's see here, and then we got Pro Debate say Chris doesn't have facts. He's calling you basically an idiot, but Pro Debates isn't really somebody that I would take too seriously on a lot of things.
Let me guess. Pro Debates has strong political feelings one way. I'm just going to go with that. Incidentally, I saw Pro Debates fact about the euro. I was actually talking about the Australian dollar, which is, you mightn't have picked up on the accent. I'm not from Europe. I know that people from America think that all non-Americans sound the same. I'm not from Europe. However, the reason the euro weakened had absolutely nothing to do with the strength of the American economy and had more to do with the European economy, including new nations entering the eurozone.
Yeah, you probably.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of on purpose. The idea behind this, you want the currency to be somewhat weak because it's good for exporting nations, right? Which is why Germany and France, and in theory also the UK, if they had entered the eurozone, would have profited from this. That's basically it.
You guys using your.
One second, I just adjusted my audio. I just adjusted it, Hank.
So I know I don't have the facts clearly because I don't agree with what Pro Debate says, but
let me just give you guys an update in the side chat. So the following states have been called for Trump: Oklahoma, Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina, Florida, and West Virginia. While so far safe for Harris are Vermont, MA, what the fuck is MA? Massachusetts. Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Maryland.
It's a state named after the Massachusetts people who were here before us. We decided to show our things by rounding them all up, and we left them on an island in Boston Harbor in the middle of winter.
Right now, Pennsylvania is leaning slightly toward blue, it looks like. Ohio
Pennsylvania's leaning blue, and so is Texas, interestingly.
Yeah.
That's not going to last. Yeah. Texas is going to go red.
Texas, that'd just be Austin coming
That's not going to fucking happen.
You know what I'm going to do? Watch, Liz. We got Trump wins California. There we go.
Fuck off.
Let's play that game, okay?
Hey, even in all of my optimism, I'm not brave enough to do that one.
No, he was down here doing campaigning, but he was just doing it to get the popular vote. That's all.
Trump could have skipped Texas altogether. He was still won.
Although, does the illegal immigrant issue play a part in any of the states with the voting?
Yes.
Yes.
One of the main issues that the country is grappling with is going to be immigration, but also another big issue that's being argued is the overturning of Roe v. Wade.
Big time, yeah. That's a big.
That's a big one. And what we actually saw is that women are outpacing men at the polls.
See, this is what I find interesting with the whole Roe v. Wade issue. I mean, for a start, I get it was Republican-leaning Supreme justices on the Supreme Court. It did happen under Biden, but the reality is it's being thrown back to the states, and each individual state is making its decision. That's pretty much in line with. I know that's in line with what we've got here.
Wait, stop. I'm gonna bet you that if Trump wins, the Republicans are gonna try to get in a national abortion ban.
I'll take that bet. Look, some Republican senator might try and put it through. It won't happen.
Well, that's
no. Here's the thing. Let me speak on this. The issue is that the fear is there. The fear is that if Trump were to get elected to the White House, and all the parts are in place for there to be a national abortion ban, and they don't want that to be a thing. At least the women
don't want it to be a possibility. But I go with Chris on that one. That somebody will try
Whether it's a possibility or not, the fear is there, and that fear will drive them.
And it's
to vote a
being
certain way.
weaponized. I mean, if you have a look at the rhetoric that the Democrats and the Democrat spokespeople have been putting out, that's what they've been hammering home. Even though Trump has come out 1,000 times and said he's not interested in national abortion.
Yeah, but at the same time,
I don't believe
they are playing that fear.
Yeah, but at the same time, before we had Republican justices enter the Supreme Court, they said, "Oh, Roe v. Wade is holy stuff. We shouldn't touch that," and then they touched it. Oh, they touched it hard.
Well, we knew that. So
not only did they touch it, they bent that shit over a barrel and went in dry.
I want Christian Idealism to put his projection out there, because we all did. And if you're going to be on the panel, my friend, you got to put your view out there. What you think is going to be? Come on.
Who do you think will win?
Yeah.
What's your electoral college votes for Democrats?
Yeah. Well, I did do a stream on Monday, well, not yesterday, but on Sunday night. So I think the most likely outcome for Trump to win is if he wins Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and then, of course, Georgia, which I think he's going to win Georgia. I've looked at the numbers. And then the other
at this point.
most plausible scenario for Harris would be something like if she can somehow take all the Rust Belt states or something like that. I'll have to go back and see what my projection of her was. But basically, for her, even if Trump were to keep all the other swing states, as long as she keeps the Rust Belt, then she wins.
Okay, so you're going how many points for her then? Approximately.
That would be exactly 270.
270. Okay, so pro debates is going 290 for Harris. And by the way, if you're in the live chat, go on record here, because the live chat's not going to be deleted. So we'll see how accurate you guys are. So I need load.
Actually, what will be interesting is if it does go to 270, and one of those states where they had the issue where they overestimated the population, overestimated on the census, is what carries it, because then there's a plausible argument.
Texas just turned red again, by the way.
Oh, really? To the surprise of nobody.
Yeah, right. So Lord Burns, Hank, Binge Thinker, all you guys out there, put it on record what you think. So we're gonna. Oh, Michigan just went blue.
Yep. Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna only put these like kind of light blue, because again, there's only how many precincts reporting on Michigan? 2%.
2%. Yeah. 2%.
Now, granted,
Georgia's looking very blue.
I have Georgia. Hang on, I have Georgia at 37% in, and Donald Trump is leading Georgia right now.
Yeah, same here.
Oh, hang on. Yeah. Sorry. Nah, sorry. They bought something. It was actually a county. Sorry.
Do you want? Hey, let me ask you guys. Do you want me to like wipe this map and do it as they go, or as we change?
Yeah, wipe it and do it as they go.
Please do it as we go.
As they go.
Yeah, clear that shit off, and we'll do it as we go.
That's a lot of clicks. Good luck with that.
I got nothing else to do. Just having a bunch of losers. I just say that. Did I say that out loud?
We know you love us, Steve.
Yeah. So with 37% in on Georgia, this is the following on Georgia. Trump is leading with 56.4%, and Kamala is trailing with 43%. 37% votes in.
Do you know how much brain power we actually have in this room here? I mean, we got PhD candidate that's almost got his PhD, unless you finished it. Did you, Chris?
No, haven't finished.
I'm just some fucking plumber.
May I just ask PhD in what?
Plumber. Chris?
But all I'm saying, Gio,
just ask what type of PhD?
History.
History. Oh, that's interesting.
Gio, listen. I have to ask you. For your, I seen the pictures, dude. For your defense of your thesis, would it have killed you to wear a tie?
No, but I hate ties with a fucking passion.
Is every day at your university Casual Friday?
Well, have you ever seen people who work in labs? Actually, we walk around like fucking zombies. So we don't wear anything that looks remotely good.
I am with you on the no ties thing. I banned ties from my life a couple of years ago. Best decision I could have made.
Yeah, not to mention if you're even going to be around a lab environment, ties are a safety hazard.
Yeah, but he's doing his Bill Nye the Science Guy impression.
This is true.
He had an opportunity and he fucking blew it.
If you've ever seen that video of that Russian guy being caught in a lathe, you don't want to wear anything that's hanging down.
Yes.
Puts hair on your chest. Come on.
Shocking Kansas reporting in at
He was fucking pulverized. I mean, holy
Hang on,
fuck.
Kansas has gone for Trump.
By the way,
I know.
yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Steve, you have
Those
to
are
remove.
upset.
Steve, you have to remove Hawaii. It's still marked blue.
Oh, okay. Who cares about Hawaii? Okay, there you go.
You can probably keep it blue in all.
I just lost
By
my
the way-
entire Hawaiian audience. Whatever. Yeah.
By the way, Steve, so Oklahoma is called in as red, so you can turn that dark red.
Got it.
Oklahoma, yes.
Not
Well, guess what? I drove
Kansas
through.
isn't though.
I drove through Kansas, and all I saw was fucking nothing. So yeah, it's red.
Yeah.
According to Associated Press, Alabama, Minnesota, Tennessee, not Minnesota, sorry, Mississippi. All of those you just unmarked. They're already called.
Are they?
Yeah, you can turn all of those dark red again,
Oh, here.
with the exception of Texas and Kansas.
Wait. So
Yeah.
I
South
have
Carolina
South Carolina's dark red.
called.
Okay.
Called
Yep.
for Trump. Alabama called for Trump. Mississippi called for Trump. Tennessee called for Trump. Kentucky called for Trump. Indiana called for Trump. West Virginia called for Trump. Georgia is leaning Trump.
Yeah. We
All
also
right,
don't know anything yet about
put it that
Illinois, which you marked dark blue. That needs to go. That's neutral at the moment. Illinois.
Illinois.
South Carolina called for Trump.
IL,
Right?
top left, blue. Left, man. That's right.
Hey, where the hell is it? Where? It's over here somewhere. Right here.
Yep, there we go. God damn it. Why do I know your geography better than
I
you do?
do know where it's at. Leaning where? What is it?
Neutral.
It's nothing. Nothing yet.
Got it.
Yeah, turn that shit off, motherfucker.
I also see that New Jersey is leaning blue. You can mark that as well.
Hang on, is Ohio blue?
No, not that further south.
Hang on.
Ohio's
Hang on.
leaning blue right now.
Ohio's leaning, but that's not.
That
Same,
shit's gonna
same
go
with
red.
Kansas and Texas, by the way. Both
Yeah.
need to be bright red, not dark red.
I think Ohio and Pennsylvania still has a lot of fluctuations to do.
Yeah, no, they stay like.
I'm
The
pretty
way
sure.
they are.
Because I think the JD Vance effect will come in.
Are you
with
sure
Ohio.
Georgia's not called, or at least pretty solid?
Yeah, it's not called. It's not called
Georgia
yet.
is not called yet.
Yep.
It's
Holy
sitting
shit.
at about 36% counted, but it's not called.
All right, let me
Neither
give
is Kansas
a.
or Texas, Steve.
Let me give a brief.
I don't have
Yeah,
it called,
Georgia-
but I have them heavily leaning that
They're
direction.
saying Georgia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania are too early.
Yeah, brief thing. This is again way too early, only 5% in, but Kamala Harris is leading with 75.7% to 23% in Pennsylvania. Again, very early,
Yeah.
only 5%.
That could just be Pittsburgh coming in.
I'm gonna leave it like
Steve,
that.
Texas as well.
Texas is. I already put Texas dark red.
Yeah,
Yeah, but no, it's not justified yet.
It's leaning. It's not called. Oklahoma is called.
Okay.
Texas is not.
All right, we'll put it at that then. We'll use
Yeah, you
dark
can
red
turn-
for confirm. Hang on, we'll use
Steve,
dark.
you can
hang on.
turn that.
We'll use dark red. For
Florida's
confirmed.
confirmed.
Yeah, Florida's confirmed. So we'll use dark red for called, leaning red light, and then
Yeah,
heavily leaning
so-
the next right.
Yeah.
So Oklahoma needs to be dark red because it's already called.
Hey, welcome, Steve Dave. How are you, my friend?
Steve.
I could be better. I just wish I wasn't working on the freaking election night
Why you sound like Kermit the Frog today?
because I'm using my phone, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
No, it's not-
here's a terrible joke to brighten up the mood. Why can't Miss Piggy count to 70? Because she's got a frog in her throat during 69.
Yeah, there it was.
There was. All right, Steve Dave, what is your predictions before we go too much further?
Well, I mean, as much as I want NC to flip, I feel like NC's still going to stay blue. We're going to see several blue states towards the center of the East Coast, I believe. You know, so like Virginia, Delaware, Massachusetts, and all that. Everything up north, it's a grab bag at that point. New York's not changing. I know New York's not changing. And
Kansas just
neither.
flipped, by the way.
Oh, what?
Huh?
Like
Yeah.
How the fuck?
So,
it's nowhere near the. Yeah, it's only 3
Steve-
precincts. Right.
Steve, can you please update the map? I'll dictate. Oklahoma can be dark red now. That's called.
Okay.
New Jersey needs to be light blue.
Wow,
Just
New
click the one that says
Jersey.
NJ. Light blue.
How the fuck is
And
Kansas blue?
there was one more thing. What was the last one?
Virginia's not.
Yeah,
called.
Maryland needs to be That's called for blue.
Nope, that's
So that's
Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah.
Massachusetts is called.
It's also called, yeah.
Which one?
Maryland.
Where's Maryland?
MD.
Maryland
Further down.
MD
Yeah, I got it. Where is it?
is called
Okay.
blue.
Yep.
Virginia is
Wait, Maryland is
leaning
called
blue.
Yeah. Okay.
Virginia is called?
No, leaning.
No,
Leaning blue, but not called blue.
and Delaware is nothing.
Delaware is nothing.
Yeah.
Delaware
all
and
you
DC
Delaware,
nothing.
All you from Delaware, you just said all you people are nothing. That's almost as bad as
Well-
calling Puerto Rico garbage or whatever that was.
Yeah, but by the way, why is Kansas blue?
Because it just went blue. I don't
It's
make the rules.
leaning blue.
That's bullshit. Okay.
I don't make the rules, man. I'm just
What's the capital of Kansas?
you know.
Oh, Illinois just
Okay.
turned light blue, and so did Michigan, by the way.
Michigan just turned light blue? Sweet.
Yep.
Illinois and Michigan are leaning blue.
Wait, I have a light blue or did you? I think Geo.
Looking at AP, it's
Yeah, but I think I
And
had
Illinois
Michigan.
as well.
I have Michigan going to Trump, so I hope that better switch. And then what else we got?
Yeah. Illinois.
Illinois
now light
leaning
blue.
blue.
Illinois is leading light blue. Okay.
hmm And Pennsylvania is still leaning blue, so keep that the same.
Yeah. All right. Now, wait, Pennsylvania though, how many people? How many is reporting?
And just so that we're clear, if
7%
Trump
of
if
total
Trump
votes
doesn't
for
win
Arizona.
Pennsylvania, he's pretty much fucked.
Pennsylvania's got 73%, 7% reporting for Kamala. So Pennsylvania looks like it's
so-
heavily leaning.
But that
towards-
is the one state you really want to keep an eye on.
Yeah, see, but I had Pennsylvania going to Trump, so if she wins that, that's going to be pretty good for Kamala.
So here's my prediction: Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota are going to be the 4 deciding ones this time around. So look after those.
Yep.
Trump can
Currently,
still
2 out of
Trump can
those
lose,
are
Trump can
blue.
lose Pennsylvania and still win though. So, but
Yeah, but he needs a number of other things to go in his favor.
right.
Yeah,
Right
by
now,
the way,
I
I
have-
predicted that Trump would lose Pennsylvania, but would still win. I have him winning, even though he doesn't have Pennsylvania or Michigan. I predict that he wins because he has Wisconsin and Nevada.
Yeah,
And
that's what
Arizona
I had.
and North-
I
Oh,
have
and also
Pennsylvania.
North Carolina, which is currently predicted to go to blue. Okay.
I have Pennsylvania going to Kamala. That's why, but North Carolina, that's what I had going to Trump. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, and on my map
Missouri.
I have go ahead.
Missouri's leaning red.
Missouri's leaving red.
We can confirm.
Yeah, because on my map I have North
One further
Carolina
up, yeah.
turning red.
All right.
So that will happen later on. I'm almost sure of it.
Yeah, as a citizen from that part of the country, yeah, NC really needs to turn red.
Yeah, I can't see North Carolina not being red, but I really think that it's going to go red. I just have a really strong feeling it's going to go red.
Oh, we'll see. It could surprise us.
North Carolina's important. That's an important swing state.
So right now it's only a 4% difference between the two in North Carolina.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
So close.
So North Carolina's one I've got definitely pegged for Trump.
Me too. I don't.
and one
Not
of the
definitely,
things that
but
was
yeah.
one of the things that was odd is about a week out from the election, the Harris campaign pulled all advertising out of North Carolina, sort of almost admitting defeat there. So I'll be interested to see how that one comes in.
Yeah, me too.
I think for North Carolina, that one is going to stay red. Texas, there's no chance in hell that's going to be fucking blue. Not a chance.
Yeah, that's gonna.
Florida's already called. I knew it was going to stay red.
Right.
But I'm happy to see that PA, at least for now, is still blue. We'll see if that.
Because Florida was
holds.
a big thing for Trump in the 2016 election. He needed that.
Yep. But at the same time, Trump really didn't need to work all that hard for Florida. Florida was going to be red regardless.
I thought so too, but it was
Like if you go to Florida,
close,
I'm from Florida. I'm from there. Do you know what is the most popular accessory on trucks? It's truck nuts.
I just noticed something,
That's
Steve.
right.
On
Yeah,
the map, you need to remove Washington D.C. from being blue. It's not anything yet. It's in the list. It's the last one.
Yeah, it's 2 balls of freedom in a Liberty sack.
can't believe Kansas is right now. It's
That's
so close,
not
though.
gonna stay.
Yeah, oh no, it's literally it's only a few thousand votes difference. It's literally like within 4% difference margin of error. So
what's the capital of Kansas? It's not Kansas
Topeka.
City, is it?
Topeka, isn't it?
Topeka. Okay.
Yeah, they only have 7% of the votes counted on Kansas, so that's not a. I wouldn't put too much into that right now.
No, absolutely
Tornado
fucking not.
County.
Although we haven't
I
had
think the only I wouldn't be surprised if all of it was red except for one little spot, and that was in Wichita.
Right.
And then everything else would just be a solid red.
I don't see anything being reported yet in New York. I don't see anything being reported yet in Wisconsin.
And New York only closes in 1 hour, or well, now in like 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota, and again, Minnesota and Wisconsin are going to be huge as far as their influence on this particular election.
Michigan as well, Kansas, Louisiana, Minnesota.
You're going to have it's Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin.
And Texas, obviously, but that's pretty given.
Texas is not really in the equation because they're red.
I know.
They're going to stay red.
Fucking sunburn, man.
Yeah, they have to stay red. I mean, not only the immigration policies that have been absolutely terrible, but you've also got people from Western states in bad areas moving to Texas. Native-born Texans don't like that. They're gonna stay red. Like that's an easy grab bag about that.
I remember last election Texas fluctuated there for a few seconds too until they got the
It's because of all the influx from California that's gone into the DFW and San Antonio areas.
And that's heavy. The DFW area is a lot more liberal than the outskirts, than the down south in San Antonio and all that. City of Austin, as we know, is pretty liberal.
Yeah, but I think for Texas, yeah, they're going to stay red. Not a chance in hell they go blue.
Yeah, I agree.
Not a fucking chance. Although it was funny how for a moment there we were like, oh, Texas is leaning blue, and I was like, bullshit.
It's one of those give it time.
Give it time.
So Binge thinks
so the numbers I'm looking at now with 32% of Texas counted is we've got 50.3% for Trump and 48.2% for Harris, but Austin's come in, Dallas has come in, so obviously they're very, very strong.
Texas is a lot. Texas is a lot. He's going to win Texas.
Oh, there's no two ways about it.
Right.
The only reason it looks close at the moment is because Austin and Dallas have come in.
Right, but that's their biggest liberal bastions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, once those are reported, then the rest are going to be Texas. I can't put this as dark red yet because that's where you said not until it actually is official. But we know Texas is going to go to Trump.
You can put Missouri as dark red.
Missouri.
That's been called. Yeah, Missouri's been called.
Missouri's for Trump. That's good.
Missouri's been called for Trump.
Awesome.
Which is amazing because there's virtually no vote in, but it's already been called. Okay.
Yeah, I see that now too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I clearly had Missouri for Trump to begin with. Same with
Yeah, I'd take away the I'd take away the
North Dakota just went red.
Harris because there's nothing in it.
Guys, North Dakota just went red.
No, Dakota went red. The surprise of literally nobody.
Hang on, Gio. Chris, what? Take away what?
Kansas isn't leaning blue. It's like it's neck and neck.
All right, I'll put it as neutral for right now.
And actually, what's interesting, if Kansas were to be called now, the deciding factor would be RFK. RFK has polled 1% of the vote, and there's about a 1% difference between them.
That would be.
We made a joke about that one earlier.
Right,
that it would be so funny if RFK actually cost Trump the election.
That would be hilarious. And
what would be funny is if it was hung, if it was 269 apiece, and then RFK was elected president.
That would be brutal, wouldn't it? That would be. You know what? Just to watch the world burn, I'd be okay with that.
100%.
Giant meteor 2024.
If that's the case, though, what would happen? What would happen? It would go to the Senate.
It would go to the Senate.
It would go to the Senate. Right?
I think the Senate elects the president, and I think Congress elects the vice president.
Right, exactly. And I don't. think this ever happened, though, has
So,
it?
interestingly enough, you could have a situation where you have a Donald Trump presidency with a Kamala Harris vice presidency.
In theory, if he wins,
Yeah.
if he won,
In theory.
won it, then the Congress voted for the vice president.
Now, if I remember right, Steve, it actually did happen once, but it was way the fuck back.
I thought so too. Yeah, I remember reading something.
Yeah, it was.
Rutherford v. Hayes, I think, wasn't it?
I think,
Yeah.
like 1870s, I think.
Yeah.
So it can happen. There's something
I
else.
believe
that
it was
just changed
1972.
too. Let me look.
I can't
Vermont?
remember.
We got Vermont, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Vermont is called.
Yeah.
It has been for a while.
Shocking, yeah. I just want to make sure this is updated, even what's leaning. So,
By the
yeah,
way, how does it work with Maine and Nebraska on the map?
There's
Can you
two
click them?
districts.
yeah, they've got multiple districts for Maine when they come in.
Yeah, but
That
when you
can be-
click it, what happens?
there was multiple districts. I don't know where they're down here. See the split votes down here.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I got
So
it.
when you split the vote for the
Yeah.
Maine, because the way they have their,
You
they
can
don't
just-
have all or nothing. They have
Right,
way
you
of
can
splitting it.
unblue Maine again. I just wanted to see how that works.
There we go.
And what was it?
I take away Illinois from leaning blue. I'm just looking at it now.
Really?
Chicago has come in,
Okay.
so that's skewed it. I think. Let's just say, look, it's most likely going to go blue.
Yeah.
Even I wasn't brave enough to call it, but I
Leave it
wouldn't.
announced
I
for
wouldn't. I
now.
wouldn't.
Well, hang on. I
I
have
wouldn't
Illinois. I
be-
have Illinois at 4% reporting, with 60% already for Kamala, 38 for Donald, and that's pretty significant.
Yeah,
It's still blue.
Chicago, 68% of votes are in. That's why.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it
It's
lightly
still blue
right
for now, so I would leave it blue for now. But what were the? It was Vermont and New Hampshire. They were called.
No, Vermont is called. New Hampshire is not.
Okay.
New Hampshire is just leaning.
Virginia just changed to leaning red.
And,
Yep,
and,
can confirm.
And same with Ohio. Ohio's now leaning red.
Yep. Yeah, he's right.
Wait, Ohio's
That's a
leaning
shocker. I had Ohio blue on mine.
red? Ohio's leaning
I
red.
think the JD Vance factor comes in
God.
Ohio.
Yeah, I keep forgetting Vance is from Ohio.
Steve,
So
Virginia as well.
this is where.
One second.
Sorry,
Yeah, go ahead. I got it.
I was going to say this is where I think Kamala made a massive mistake, and she should have had Josh Shapiro from the Pennsylvania governor as a vice president. I think that would have handled a Pennsylvania.
Oh, there's
He's
a couple of
extremely
things they
popular
could've-
there.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
that's a key state. Even though, look, I've been very optimistic, and look, when I say 312 to Trump, I'm not expecting it will actually.
No,
be
but if you
312 to
broke 300,
Um,
you'd be up there, right?
So,
Yeah,
So
I've just called all the close ones for Trump,
Yeah,
and there's bias.
Real quick,
we-
Virginia. Hang on a second. Virginia literally is 49.2 to 49.1. So it's you can't get it much closer
Yeah.
to Virginia. And I've already
Guys,
Kamala. So
Arkansas was just called for
hang on,
Trump.
hang on.
Arkansas.
Yeah, that's fine. Hang on. Virginia, even though I gave Virginia to Kamala, it could actually go to Trump because
It
it's
could
so
go
freaking
Trump.
close, which would really be
Yeah.
Even
huge.
yeah,
for him.
even I gave Virginia to Kamala. So
I
Oh,
gave
there's
it to
more.
surprising.
So
What
Steve,
changed Trio?
Arkansas is now confirmed red. Arkansas, and Delaware is now leaning blue.
Delaware. So
DE.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Where's Louisiana at? Because
no
Right
report.
here, right there.
no
right
report
there.
yet.
What do you got? Nothing.
Louisiana comes in about 30 minutes.
I have no
Jersey-
reports for Louisiana.
New Jersey has been
I've
called
got nothing
blue,
for Arkansas.
Yep, Jersey called blue.
Okay, shocking.
and we have a correction on the chain of events in the event of a tie. We actually had it backwards. It goes to the House of Representatives for the presidential vote,
Okay.
and
So
it has had,
President Harris with Vice President Trump. I'd like to see that.
so, and that's
No,
where
no. That would be.
It-
Wouldn't that be
it-
President Harris with Vice President Vance?
No, because they can put in whoever they want.
Yeah,
you could
they put in Trump.
You would literally have President Harris with Vice President Trump. That in theory could happen.
Oh, that would be so funny. Imagine him having, to be second behind a woman. I mean, when I look at Trump's past, press conferences with like foreign heads of state, the only person he was really scared of was Angela Merkel, in my opinion. He really did not like her at all.
She is pretty scary looking in
she is.
defense.
We have
She looks like the Emperor from Star Wars.
So just because I'm following NBC here, NBC has a total 105 electoral votes for Trump and 27 for Harris so far.
By the way, Missouri
what's that? I'm sorry?
Stop. Missouri went back from being called for Trump. It's now leaning red.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got it called, but I don't. I think it's too early to call it. Really, I mean, there's virtually none of the voting.
We got plenty of time because we'll wait for them.
Yeah, because with Missouri, only 2% is in.
Yeah.
What do you guys think is going to happen with I don't know if you know the reference Mimmel there, because I gave Mimmel blue hat, blue boots, but everything in the middle red. That was my prediction.
I have everything red middle except for Nevada, Colorado, and New Mexico. I gave them they're pretty left leaning, especially Colorado.
For the center, I do have everything red except for that one special district in Nebraska.
We'll get Colorado and New Mexico in about 30 minutes. I did give Colorado and New Mexico to Kamala, but it would be amazing if they went to Trump. That'd be funny. New Mexico possible because it does have a lot of influence from California, Arizona, and Texas. But Colorado is really, I'm telling you, they're very, very liberal state. So
I'm giving Colorado to Kamala as well as New Mexico.
Okay, so you're in the same boat.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
So that,
I'm also going to throw Nevada in there as well.
I'm giving Nevada to Trump, and then I will say I'll say New Mexico is a toss-up right now for me. Toss-up. Although I'm generally going to give
New Mexico and Arizona are a toss-up for me. Like both of them are. Like
I have Arizona.
I think he wins Arizona. I think Trump wins Arizona and Kerry Lake gets elected.
This is my prediction on that side of the country. I'm going to go with Washington State's going to be for Harris, Oregon for Harris, California for Harris.
You're going on a limb on that one.
Nevada for Harris, and Arizona is going to be for Trump.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, I have the same thing. I have Washington.
Arizona's going to be for Trump. Utah, Idaho, all of that's going to be for Trump, guaranteed.
I have. Nevada.
I'm the same, except I gave Nevada and Arizona to Trump.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too. So we'll see. I think the interesting one's going to be New Mexico.
Steve Delaware just confirmed called for Harris.
Shocker.
Yeah.
No surprise there.
You don't say.
Yeah, right. I really okay. What do you think is going to be the most like if there was a surprise state that changed? I mean, not like a swing state, but I mean an actual state where you thought it was pretty in the bag. What would you think it would be?
Red California.
Nah, I didn't even California. That's a huge one. I mean,
I was surprised to see Steve. I was surprised to see Trump go to New York at all. So what would surprise me is if New York turned red.
I agree. I totally agree with that. It's obviously probably not going to happen, obviously, but it would be very surprising. It would be a shocker. If New York
It would actually be very surprising.
People are sick in New York. People are not happy.
Update on North Carolina. It is now leaning red.
Hang on a second.
Yes.
April says Texas, which is a good one too. If Texas, in theory, could go, but unfortunately, they already got.
No, Texas is not even a theory. I'm sorry.
Not now, because we know there's just not enough now. So not even possible.
Not even possible.
But Texas is a done deal.
Here's something that's interesting. Here's something that's interesting that I've just seen. The betting lines, which are always a really good indicator, Donald Trump is surging ahead in favoritism in the betting.
And that's always a good thing for betting knows stuff.
So at the moment, I know you all have.
As long as it's not the poly market, that one's very skewed.
No. So this is in the Australian sports bet. So this is like we've got gambling everywhere here. We love it. So $1.33 is what Trump is paying. So for every dollar bet, $1.33 return if he wins.
When you say $1,
you paying $3.25. So if you bet $1 on Trump, and Trump wins, you get $1.33 back.
Okay,
I'll take it.
that's obviously
so it's
dependent
that.
of currency, right? So it makes a difference whether it's a US dollar or a Australian didgeridoo.
I'll put a
Yeah,
dollar
exactly.
on that for somebody who wants to bet me $1. I need 33 cents.
They don't use money over there. They use
Kamala Harris is at
tails.
330.
I will tell you this: Pennsylvania, there's no hope for Trump to get Pennsylvania at this moment.
So, Steve, you still need to change North Carolina back over to red.
Gladly.
Yep.
Although, like I said, I'm not really voting for. I'm not like trying to go for Trump. It's just that I want my thing to be as close to the map that I actually made.
There's, you know what? There's only 11% of Pennsylvania in, and a massive portion of that is Pittsburgh and Philadelphia.
I agree with you, but you're looking at 250,000 votes already. Just difference. That's a huge amount in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania blue, probably, right? Do I see that correctly?
It's 9% reporting.
I'm seeing it. 11% and it is blue.
Philadelphia County, 87% of the vote in Philadelphia County. Pittsburgh, 72% of the vote in, and only 11% of the state.
Do you think now it's like 5,000? So now it's 532,000 and 215,000. So she's way ahead in Pennsylvania.
Yes,
because it's the cities that have come in.
Yeah,
the cities,
right? Yeah,
but
it's
strange that the cities are coming in first, isn't it? Usually, you expect the rural countries to come in first.
Do you think the rural is going to put that over on Pennsylvania? Do you think it's still a chance?
I'm going to say
it'll bring it back.
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. I think Pennsylvania's going to stay blue.
See, I gotta go with Reds on this one, Chris.
Me too.
And the reason why is because that is a significant lead. Even if you statistically on the rural areas, most of them do vote for Donald. I just don't know if there's enough to catch up and to get higher than that. I don't care because Pennsylvania I gave to Kamala anyways. It would just be a bonus if
it's enough to be competitive, which is why it's not called. Despite that,
I agree with you on that. I think Chris agrees on that.
And look, it very well could stay blue, but I think it's too early to call it. I don't think you can call it.
No, I can't call it.
Because you've got to factor in that other stuff.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not going to call Pennsylvania right now. I'm not going to go on the limb that far, but I'm just saying that it's going to be very, very difficult for Pennsylvania to swing.
According to NBC, we still have like over 6 million votes to count.
Illinois has been called for Kamala.
Yep.
Okay.
I see it too.
I got it. Yeah, we already figured that. So, oops.
Oh, surprise!
Yeah.
So far,
what was that they said? 82. Give it time.
Yeah. Virginia, Kamal is actually in the lead in Virginia.
Okay, 1 sec. I'm really looking forward to knowing Wisconsin. This really is going to be significant.
My surprise. I would be surprised if Wisconsin goes red, because holy fuck, what does that mean for walls?
Well, I mean, Geo would like that too, because Geo thinks Wisconsin is going to go red and Michigan is going to go blue. I think it's the opposite, or either. We do agree that no matter what happens with those two states, it's so dang close that it would just be pure luck that Geo got it right or I got it right. I mean,
no, that's a skill issue, Steve.
That's skill, right? Maybe if Chris told me that, maybe if Chris was like, "Yeah, it's all skill."
By the way, Steve, you can turn Kansas back red. It just flipped a bit, significantly more red by the
We now go live to a German watching American politics.
Yeah, German and Australian.
Sounds like the start of a good joke. Hey, what we could do to really mess with the Americans is we'll start talking in German, and that'll really upset them all.
Das wäre eine sehr gute Idee.
Sprechen die Deutsch?
Yeah.
Geo, I'm sorry, I don't listen to hip hop.
Funnily enough, I am.
Anybody of you guys know a song called Panzermensch?
And all the while you guys are using your kilometers and your Celsius, get on the superior measuring scales.
Oh, we are on the
superior
measuring scales. Yeah.
No, it's adorable.
We're there.
Fahrenheit for the fucking win. Bathe in the blood of our enemies.
You Americans and your freedom units, I tell you.
Hell fucking yes. America, the fucking
here. We don't say 30 meters off the ground. We say 8.084 God blessed American yards off.
What was it? I saw a news story that there was a hole that opened up on the highway. It was the size of 3 washing machines.
Well, it just sounds normal to say something like, it's a nice, comfortable 76 degrees, not, it's 24.4 degrees outside.
Did you see that news recently about the giant garbage island that's floating in the Atlantic Ocean? Apparently, they recently left the European Union.
Looks
Man.
like we might have some things reporting here soon.
So yeah, in 15 minutes, a bunch of new states are coming in. With I think Wisconsin. Hang on, is Wisconsin already on the list? Minnesota's on the list, and so is Wisconsin. Yeah, so we're gonna get some very interesting stuff in about 20 minutes.
That's what I'm thinking exactly.
You guys
20
think
minutes
Minnesota's
gonna
turn?
I originally had I have Mississippi. What we say, Mississippi or Michigan? I didn't hear you.
Minnesota.
I said Minnesota.
No.
For me,
Minnesota voted Mondale. I mean, come on.
I have Minnesota blue. I have Wisconsin blue and Michigan blue.
So I have Minnesota blue, but Geo had it red, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I have.
No, the other way around. I had Minnesota blue. I had Wisconsin red.
Okay, yeah, I have Minnesota blue. Yeah. Because I didn't think Minnesota really had much of a chance to be for Trump.
We'll see.
Because, like
we'll
you said,
see
it's a
what
very
happens.
liberal area, so I was like, Minnesota's pretty well going to be for Kamala. You agree, Chris?
We got what we got for Minnesota. I think it's going to be a comfortable blue state.
Yeah.
There's no two ways.
Does anybody disagree with that?
I had Michigan and Wisconsin going red, but once again, I'm being optimistic on the close states.
Yeah, I still think Michigan's going to flip
I think Michigan will flip red, and I think it'll flip back red on the back of the Muslim vote. I think
very
that's going to be
close
a
right now.
massive difference.
Yep, I'm going to agree with you on that one.
For Pennsylvania, we're still at 11%, and Kamala's at 69.7%, and Donald Trump. Oh no, wait, it changed. 69.5 to 29.6. Kamala Harris in the lead so far, but only like 11 to 12% in. So
what state is that?
That's going to be Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Okay. Well, like I said, if Pennsylvania really made it to get all the way to Trump, I'm going to say
this. I'm going to make this a definitive statement. If Trump loses Pennsylvania, he's fucked.
No, I already assumed he was going to lose Pennsylvania.
It doesn't help him though.
I would say
help him, but I would add to that. I have it as Kamala. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I would add to that. It can't just be Pennsylvania. It would have to be another state along with Pennsylvania.
Wisconsin, and Virginia.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I totally get that. But the thing is that if you get Pennsylvania, that is a sign of what's to come from the other states. Because if you look at Pennsylvania and you look at Michigan, Wisconsin, they all kind of sort of jive together. Historically speaking, they kind of sort of jive.
I still think that I think that, like I said, I gave Pennsylvania to Kamala. I think it's just a bonus if he wins it. I don't think he needs it, but I think it's a bonus. But you might be right as an indicator, right?
At least on the German website, DC was just called for blue.
Oh wow, what a surprise!
You don't say.
Damn, that would.
DC was called blue before any votes came in.
Yeah. Let's be real. Make DC neutral. Come on, right? Really, seriously?
Steve, I'm at work. I was going to play the drinking game where every time I say you don't say, I take a shot.
You don't say.
Oh my God.
Hey,
turns out that DC is blue and the Earth is not flat.
And Kansas turned blue again on AP.
I can find you some people who will argue that flat Earth thing with you.
There's still one or two that still exist. Gaming fam, welcome from Puerto Rico. Wait. He's listening. Wait, we got fans from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Yay.
Mi hombres.
¿Cómo estás, mi amigo?
What I think we should do is we should have AI Trump argue for both the globe and the flat Earth and have them in a debate against each other.
That would be entertaining.
We got a globe. It's the best globe. People say what a globe it is.
What a globe it
wonderful
is.
I didn't say that. People tell me
hate to
it's the best globe
disagree
they've
with
ever
this
seen.
man
I don't know.
because
That's what they
he
say.
has a lot going
That's what
for
they're
him.
saying. I'm just saying.
No, the Earth is like a giant tortilla, and if you put a salad bowl on it, you kind of get the picture.
Trump did have a vice president that believed the Earth was 6,000 years old. So who the heck knows?
I mean,
I mean, like legit. I mean, I'm not even joking here. So I mean, what does that tell you?
Yeah, thanks Zeus, you got rid of pants.
Hang on, though. When young Earth creationism makes your idea seem absurd, you got a problem.
You're talking about Kent Hovind, aren't you?
There's not much lower than you can go than flat Earth. Come on.
Hang on. Can we have a bit of respect here? It's Dr. Hovind.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, fuck that.
You can take that Dr. Hovind bullshit and shove it right up your ass.
I haven't thought about
this guy's a PhD,
for so long.
If this guy's a PhD, then I'm not.
So here's the thing.
You didn't get your PhD in a fucking trailer in the middle of nowhere.
If I were to ever have a face-to-face conversation with Ken, and he tried to pull that I'm a doctor thing, as like, oh yeah, how much did you pay for your mail-in toilet paper?
See, here's the thing. I've actually, when I talked to Kent on that, I will give him this. He has said, look, you don't have to call me doctor, and I'm like, good, because it's not going to happen because you're not one. And I did finally get him to admit that he never did teach high school science like he claimed. That was a big claim for years. That he taught high school science.
He taught science to high school age students at churches.
Yeah, but it wasn't the science that he taught. He taught. Hang on one sec. He taught creationism science, which is not science. So he was just wrong about everything. What flipped? Yeah.
So
we have an update on
Maine 3 red. The last one's undecided. So you got to split it.
So District 1 is undecided.
Okay.
Yeah. And Kansas turned blue again.
Kansas turned blue. I'm not going to bother with that. I'm serious.
The flip back and forth.
Just to give Democrats hope. Like I said, I don't know. It's anybody's ballgame. This election is probably the closest of any of them I've seen.
I don't think so. The last one was pretty close.
Yeah. Although Chris thinks it's going to be a landslide. He's got some major.
No. See, I don't think. I think that Harris wins the popular vote, regardless of anything. Harris wins the popular vote, but I think she's getting the vote in states where really it doesn't matter, like California, New York.
Thanks.
Deeply undemocratic system by definition.
Nobody.
Look, I understand it. I understand the system, and I understand the purpose of the system. The reality is, though, it's not 1770 anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, might have been justifiable during the foundation time, but now, no fucking hell.
It might need an upgrade.
But by the same token is what would happen, and they're right. All that would happen is the focus would just be on the big cities. It would just be winning the popular vote in the big cities. On the flip side of that, it would bring more people out. Like if you're a Republican in California, really, are you going to be bothered to go out and vote? What difference is it going to make? If you're a Republican in New York, maybe this time you might. It
really
inspired.
Makes a difference on the local basis. The local.
Forget about the voting technique.
Let's say you're in LA.
I believe that argument, though, is it doesn't actually match. Because if you do all the math, like if you just take all the big cities throughout the entirety of the United States, you would get a minuscule percent of the total population of the country.
It takes 7 metro areas to get above 50% to where you can argue that you only need to focus on 7 or 8 metro areas and fuck the rest of the nation.
And by the way, real quick,
I don't think it'd be fuck the rest of the nation, but I think there'd be a big focus. You'd be going to places where you could get in front of the most people, and the reality is, in rural Pennsylvania, that's been getting a lot of attention at the moment, whereas it wouldn't under a popular vote only system.
A real quick couple things.
Because they're focusing on where they can win. Sorry.
That's fine. April said she thought it was a Speaker of the House that was the young Earth creationist. No, it was Mike Pence, and he was the Vice President. So it was definitely the Vice President that was the young creationist. Maine, I had to go all the districts for Kamala. So if it's leaning a little bit toward Kamala, would be a little extra couple bonus points.
No, so on my list, I had Maine 1 red, the other one's blue.
I had I had 1 red, 3 blue.
Yeah, and Nebraska, we both, expect 1 blue
But
for Omaha.
but that would still be if all 4 went blue, that'd still be 3 extra points toward Trump that I hadn't calculated in.
Yeah, me too.
Not a huge factor,
I had it 3-1.
How much
blue.
data is it in Maine?
But I think in Maine, I think there's a fairly contentious governor's race that might be
it
playing
says
into it
0% counted. It says 0% counted, so it's literally just one tiny village that reported in.
So I just found this. Of course, this is like 12 years ago, but apparently the value comes from a CGP Gray video, and he has a graphic here on one of his videos that says if you take the population of the top 100 cities in the United States, that's only 19.4% of the population.
But that's not the voting population. That's the entire population.
Yeah, but you can assume those to be, the same ratios. It's not like the pyramid of the age pyramid is going to be any significantly different.
What was that process called? It was ranked choice voting or something, like you vote for, whoever the fuck you want, and then the top two go to another election or something.
That's what we've got here in Australia. It's called preferential voting. So you've got five candidates, you number them from 1 to 5. So if your candidate gets knocked out, your votes, or whoever gets the lowest amount of votes, their preferences get distributed. So whoever the number 2 is, and so on and
Doesn't
so
that
on.
make sense?
It works all right.
It seems pretty fair.
Look, the only downside of it is it does lead to a lot of sort of smaller parties getting into balance of power. So we'll have, we've got the 2 major parties here, the same as you've got in the US, but then we've got a couple of small parties or independents that can essentially hold the entire government up with, virtually none of the vote.
I mean, that's why we have this thing called the 5% threshold, which means that any party that's smaller than 5% in the federal election just doesn't get any seats at all. Right?
Yeah, we should have that here, but we sort of counted it by if you get over 4% of the vote, you get your electoral costs back, your funding costs back.
Right.
So it sort of discourage people from just going in for what, but we will still get some of the crazies come in, and look, we'll also get some of the big parties that will use that know that people don't want to vote for. So say if I was to use the US, you might get Republicans who are not wanting to vote for Trump, but they don't want Kamala. So what they'll do is they'll set up a Christian party, an evangelical party that will then preference Trump. So it's essentially it's a way of redistributing the votes.
So this is surprising.
You saw that too. Apparently, Missouri turned blue again.
Hang on. There's a weird factoid from Florida. Legalized weed got 55%, but it lost because you need 60%.
For where?
For Florida to legalize weed.
Well, they need to make that a federal thing, so screw the states.
So no weed for you, Florida.
Yeah,
so
you have to deal with this shit sober.
That's all Florida man needs. Legal weed.
Steve, again, Missouri turned.
I can tell you. I can tell you.
Yeah, Missouri's still called for.
I have a Missouri leaning light blue right now.
It's only because St. Louis and Kansas City came in.
Yeah,
that's why.
It's 6% reported.
I'm showing it here with it's got
AFK for a minute. Hang on.
Yeah, Missouri will go back.
Harris on 50,
we all know that.
Yeah, Harris is on 52%. Trump's on 46.7%, and it's called for Trump.
I'm surprised. Is North Carolina?
Sorry. Looking at the wrong one. Sorry. It's 55% for Harris, 44% for Trump in Missouri, but it's called for Trump.
I have it 53, 54 that I'm looking at, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about Virginia? That's not called yet. Oh my
Virginia.
God,
Virginia. Trump's ahead. It's close.
It's so close. Like literally.
It's 1%.
What about NC?
And once again.
Right.
That's the cities that have come in. The cities have come in. So
it's
Richmond,
1%.
71% of the vote is in there. So that, you know what, I picked that to go blue. I think that could go red. I would change my. I would change that to. If I had to pick it now, I'd
I have
change
Virginia going blue, but I'm telling you, it's so close. Virginia. Could
It's
actually go
looking red.
That would be massive.
Yeah,
that would be
right,
huge harm to Carmela's election. Huge.
Right.
How do you say it? Huge.
Oh, in other news,
it would be huge.
Bernie Sanders just got re-elected to the Senate.
And just to be clear,
Shocker.
just to be clear, you don't say the H. It's just huge.
It's huge. It would be the best. It would be the biggest huge we've ever had in Virginia.
Replace the H with a Y.
Yes.
Huge.
Yes, that's the trick,
Huge.
Steve.
Huge, man.
So for the guys watching,
everyone.
in 3 minutes, we are going to get significant updates as a bunch of states are coming in. That is Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, Colorado, Iowa, Kansas, Louisiana, Minnesota, Nebraska, New Mexico, New York, North and South Dakota, Texas, and Wyoming.
All right, go get your drinks now if you need a drink. Because in about 3 and 4 minutes.
Smoke them if you got them, fellas.
Major changes coming, guys. So pay attention. Go get your
Make
drinks.
sure they're spiked with the most potent shit you can find.
I mean, this could already be rather deciding. You know, if Wisconsin and Minnesota both turn red, that would be not great.
Okay, for a bit of an update overall, looking at what the AP is reporting, Trump now has a 10-point lead in North Carolina.
Ooh, that's
fuck.
good.
That's quite significant, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
You're right. Dang. I'm just gonna call. Okay, so once I tell you what, you want to start like doing our calls, or do you want to wait till we get the next update?
Let's wait for the next update.
Okay, wait for the next update. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm probably going to call North Carolina just on that next update. Because North Carolina, I think, is going to go to Trump. I think North Carolina is going to go to Trump.
We're also going to get New York now, so I mean that's basically
anyways,
given.
Well, yeah.
Actually, are we? Hang on. Yeah, New York.
As a North Carolinian, I gotta say, I hope we flip. We need to flip.
I don't see it flipping, dude.
Yeah.
You're
no, I mean for Trump, because Cooper has been an awful governor.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. Well, it looks like it's flipping. There's a good solid 10. Well, it's exactly 10-point lead. So
and right now Trump has a 5-point lead in Georgia.
Georgia, let me see here. Let's look.
No,
Georgia.
God.
You're right.
Oh, you mean the state that said it would take a couple weeks after the election in order to count everything?
I gave Georgia to Trump, but it looks like that's going to be.
That was only when I thought they had their mail-ins to come in.
I still think Georgia going to Trump.
I wouldn't call anything in Georgia just yet.
No, it's still.
I was just giving an update on where things are standing.
I think I'm going to call North Carolina though after the next update. We'll see. This is a projection.
On my map,
you know what? Atlanta's come in.
On my map before we did this, I have North Carolina as red.
Okay. Wait, Chris, did you say did you say Atlanta, which is a Democratic area? That's already came in Georgia.
Yeah, the Atlanta vote
Atlanta's already come in.
Well, then Georgia
71% in Fulton County. DeKalb County 83%. Cobb County is 58%. And they're all obviously.
What I think still is going to happen.
Leaning heavy.
I think what's going to switch again is Virginia. I think it's going to turn blue.
Oh yeah, I just look at it. Look, Atlanta, Augusta, and Savannah have already come in Georgia. How the hell is she going to win on that then?
New York just came in, immediately called for Harris.
Yeah, I see it. Yes.
Shocker.
Don't say.
No, I'm curious, Chris. If I'm looking at Georgia, Atlanta, Augusta, and Savannah, and Macon County, which are the Democratic bastions in Georgia. Those are the big cities. They all have been called. They all have been tallied for Kamala. What they got left? I mean, there's no possible way I can see that she's going to get Georgia.
Okay, Steve.
So
if you have a look down south, there is actually some counties that
I
are
see a
blue.
couple. Yeah,
guys, let's wait. Stop.
Wait,
Before we discuss any details, bunch of updates coming in. So,
yes,
Steve,
yes.
Louisiana called for Trump.
Louisiana called for Trump.
That's next to Texas.
Yeah, I see it. I got it right here.
It's the foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, North Dakota called for Trump.
Shocker. Oops.
South Dakota called for Trump.
Okay, shocker. Oops.
Wyoming called for Trump.
Shocker.
Yep. Nebraska is split at the moment with 3. Well, two of them are called for Trump. So you got to split this one. This is going to be a bit annoying.
Yeah, I have it 4-1 anyways on that one. So
yeah. So this one just full on. Yeah, that and then 2 blue ones basically.
Yeah, I got you.
To the surprise of literally nobody.
Right.
Which I don't care.
Actually, I'm surprised. One of those. I'm surprised that they got two blues in Nebraska.
One more thing. New Mexico is leaning red.
But those aren't called yet. And you said Nebraska's leaning red?
No, New Mexico is leaning red.
New Mexico's leaning red. Okay. 1 second. Okay, what is that?
Also, update on Maine. Maine has now flipped completely, so it's now 3 blues, 1 red.
Okay, well that's not too unexpected. And then I'll give it the red here. Has it been called?
Trump's surging ahead in the betting.
Nothing in Maine has been called.
Okay, not called, leaning each way.
Got it. All right, that's leaning. Okay. And what else we got?
Right to abortion fails in Florida with 57% of the vote. You need 60 to pass.
You don't say.
What's with this love affair with 60? Oh well.
Yeah, 55 is still a majority.
Yeah, well, 55 was for legal weed. That failed because again, you need 60 to pass, and 57% voted right to abortion or abortion rights or whatever the fuck we want to call it, but you need 60 to pass. So, yeah.
Oh, no, okay, forget it.
I've got still nothing coming in on Wisconsin yet.
No, nothing here either.
Yeah.
Again, the reason why I'm focused on Florida so much is because that is my home state.
Another update. Mm-hmm. And this is one that's actually come into question recently. Iowa is leaning red.
Yes, I see it too.
Okay, yeah, that one I'm actually being very serious, in which I say, you don't say.
Yeah, I had that for Trump.
Well, so Iowa is historically very Republican, but there were grumblings about a potential surge the other way because of the woman vote.
But here's a big one. Missouri so far. I had Missouri. I mean, Missouri's generally red, so it's still leaning blue right now.
That's Michigan. Oh no, Missouri. What?
No, Missouri.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Missouri.
No, don't worry too much about that. Hang on. That's just the cities are coming.
Yeah, there's only just Kansas City and St. Louis came in.
6%.
So
that's it.
Nothing. Yeah. So here's the thing. Missouri's going to flip back red. Kansas is going to flip back red. Given, right?
I mean, Kansas is already pretty far in the counting. It's at 35%.
What about Illinois? That seems pretty.
I mean, Illinois is done. Illinois is called for.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looks pretty blue. That's for that.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I give Illinois blue anyways.
Yeah, I was definitely wrong on Louisiana. I thought Louisiana was going to go blue.
What? No, you didn't.
Yep.
No, you
did.
didn't.
Did you drink paint thinner?
I completely flubbed that. Yep.
Oh, Colorado just turned blue.
That's not surprising, really.
Colorado leaning blue to the surprise of absolutely no one.
Colorado's been called blue. Fox have called it.
Colorado blue.
Fox is called. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's.
Yeah, Fox.
I don't see it on AP or on Spiegel or on Seite A, but
Shocker.
okay, if you say so, then.
Yeah, no, I don't see it called, but I see it really heavily leaning towards Harris. So.
78 to 19.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah. Huge. It's huge. But I did not say that Colorado. I saw no hope for Colorado to go to Trump.
Mind you, they've also called Louisiana for Trump with no votes in. So.
I don't know.
Well, they did the same thing the other way with New York.
Yeah,
Louisiana.
Still nothing on Minnesota or Wisconsin.
Okay, so
that's
how's that working for Louisiana when they have none of the precincts counted in and they called it for Trump? How does that work?
Well, it's probably based off exit polling.
So hang on. Part of it is the system is there to where they have a reporting. And what is getting to the news outlets is the direction and the size, but not the exact numbers.
Okay. All right. So it'll catch up there.
They have a really good feeling about the situation.
It's in,
Yeah.
they feel it. It's yeah.
It's in their blood. It's in their bones.
They have
Soul.
that little tingling
They
sensation.
have faith.
They got
Yes.
the butterflies in their stomach.
You know, you know that feeling you get when you're on the downhill side of the roller coaster Shikra. That.
They don't know how.
Don't
You know
look
that
too
feeling you
far
get
into
when you're
yourself. You
biting
will
into a
find
York
shit.
peppermint patty?
It's like all right, Steve. I want you to imagine this. They have a grumbling, a mumbling when you eat 2 5-layer burritos from Taco Bell.
I like that feeling though. I like Taco Bell. I
Oh,
really
man.
like Taco Bell. So
I'm on a
we
diet, you
should-
jerk.
You know, we don't have Taco Bell here.
Oh, you're missing out, dude.
Neither do we, thankfully.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know-
dude.
I
you
haven't heard good things about it.
Be thankful. It's
Oh, dude, you come to the United States, I'm going to give you the colon cleanser, my friend.
By the way,
Do you know what a Taco Bell
Well,
upper bucket is?
actually, we're just getting Wendy's is apparently about to launch. So I don't know
Wendy's
if they're
is
any
really
good.
good, but Wendy's got really expensive really quick. I don't have them called for Colorado. I just have it leaning.
That's a bougie burger place now.
Yeah, I
I-
also only have it leaning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean it will go. Don't get me wrong, it will go blue, but I don't have blue, Colorado called yet.
Mm.
On Fox News, they've called it,
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
and Fox News is fair and balanced. So I'd just like
Yeah.
to put that out there.
because they say they are.
Do you want me to call?
So they say.
Absolutely.
Hey, we'll do a Democratic vote. Do you want me to call Colorado? Because I mean, I would
No.
because I think it's a pretty safe bet. Or do you want me to?
No, you
I'm-
must.
I'm-
You must keep the
I'm the
integrity
most-
of.
I'm the
Yeah.
most pro-Trump here, and I'm saying give it to Harris.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
That works. Let's do it, Chris. God dang it!
I'm
I
the
get
most
it.
anti-Harris here, and
Yeah.
I'm saying give it to Harris.
It's just there's really no chance of Colorado. Going.
That's what I predicted. I
Yeah.
predicted that Colorado would go blue.
I really wish they would give us more information in Iowa, Texas.
By the way,
Donald is way ahead, but it's still not enough. To
New
confirm
Mexico.
yet.
New Mexico is no longer red.
1 sec.
It's now neutral.
New Mexico's not red.
New Mexico has no reporting data as
Yeah,
of right now.
it was reported as slightly red earlier, but that was cancelled. So maybe turn it back to neutral.
What am I
Let's see.
reporting?
What
No
does
data there yet.
so NBC reporting in New Mexico? We have Trump ahead 53.7 to Harris 44.7.
Okay,
So-
then leave it in, I guess.
Minnesota leaning red.
Oh fuck.
Minnesota. Leading red.
Kansas has been called for Trump, as has Missouri by Fox.
Kansas.
So Kansas
Okay.
just went from blue to called for Trump.
It's called. Yeah, they've called it for Trump.
Yeah. Okay.
What about Missouri?
Okay.
What
What about Missouri? Because that's that
Mis-
one has to go back.
Missouri's been called for Trump.
right.
All the other votes are starting to come in
Yeah, I
now.
was going to say that makes no sense that everybody was even blue to begin with, except for
Wow.
the local cities that would, because obviously when the
Oh,
cities
this
first
is
began
not
reporting-
looking good.
Yeah. So, this
Still,
is
I
this,
gave Mimmel a blue hat, not a red one.
this is not looking good for Kamala, guys. I know all you people out there that's like, oh, Trump has no shot, and I said the other stream the first time we did this in 2016, I was like, don't put your bias ahead of the facts. Trump is looking like right now he's really in a good position. They have to be pretty happy, I would imagine.
I'm gonna stick
Yep.
with my previous predictions. Say that Kamala Harris is gonna win the presidency.
And it's anybody's game. It's not over by any means. I'm just saying that right now, if I was in the Trump,
Ohio has been called.
they would be probably thinking very good things right now. Ohio's been called.
Ohio
Oh.
called for Trump. Yes.
And we still don't have anything on
That
NC
is
or
a big
Virginia.
one. That's a big one.
Oops.
Virginia is still so in Virginia, Trump is up by 1.
Oh god, this is so fucking close.
Virginia's so close, dude. So close.
But the cities have come in.
Why-
That's the thing. The cities have come in.
Yeah, no, I get that. But Virginia's still 1%.
I had
It's only
Virginia.
1%.
I had Virginia blue.
So do I.
I now think it's going red.
Impossible.
I'm changing. I'm
I'm
flipping.
telling you, if Virginia goes red, Kamala's probably going to lose. I mean, it's almost probably game over at that
Yeah,
point.
it would have to be the prediction about Pennsylvania earlier. If Virginia went blue, Kamala's got it.
Yeah.
As well. Like if those two states went blue, Kamala's got it. But
She
if
really
Virginia
needs
goes
Virginia.
red,
She needs Virginia bad.
She needs Virginia.
And it's so close. North Carolina, it's going to be Trump. Georgia, it's going to be Trump. So she really does need Virginia.
Yeah, speaking of Georgia, we're at 68% reporting, 52.5 for Trump, 46.9 for Kamala.
Dang. All right.
See,
Hey,
Virginia could neutralize Pennsylvania.
Oh God, Wisconsin was just red. Wisconsin's red.
Wisconsin's leaning red.
Wisconsin's red?
Yeah, Wisconsin's
leaning red. Okay.
Yep, leaning red. 1% in, 62.4 for Trump, 36.
Twitter is going to be so much fun.
By the way, I do
36 for Harris.
Come in. There's only so much room. I can't do anything.
Well,
about
Steve,
that,
I unfortunately, like I said, when
do
I got
not
in
leave
here,
us. You
I
said you'd never leave me,
tonight.
man. You said you'd never
I'm
leave me.
sorry, but I have to leave. I have to make a paycheck.
All
But
right,
I will
friend.
say that I will say this final prediction. Bias aside, I think Trump is going to win this. It's going to be narrow, but even if Trump wins, even if Kamala wins, I think America lost.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't think anybody's.
Yeah,
gonna
that's
doubt
true.
that. Yeah, I mean,
Texas was just called red.
So yeah, if you want to
For
get
like the
somebody in here,
seventh time.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to be watching the stream. But thank you
thank
for
you, my
inviting
friend.
me. I do appreciate it.
Absolutely, and just FYI for people, his name's Steve too, but we call him Dave Steve or Steve Dave. He and I are doing Twitter Spaces often on Twitter, and we're co-hosting each other's stuff. So if you don't follow him on Twitter, just look for you. Tell him Steve Dave, and I'll put everybody's information in after the stream's over. But he's a great.
Silence Banter is Thursday night, by the way.
Yeah, that's the stuff that he does, Silent Banter, and I love hanging out with him and co-hosting that with him. So guys, make sure that you go subscribe to him on his YouTube channel and on Twitter. Okay, cool. Do it. Thanks.
Oh God.
much.
So
Thank you much.
Steve,
All right,
update
let it-
time.
Oh.
Okay, let's up. One sec. Steve, what you got? Steve Dave?
Oh no, it's just.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm going to listen to this update
Okay.
first.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
So Texas is called for Trump,
shut up.
obviously.
Oh,
Right.
yes.
For like the
Next,
Don't
seventh
say
fucking
next
time.
Wisconsin, as
But
I said.
Aaron Ra said it was not going to go. Aaron Ra was convinced it was going blue. And
So,
Aaron Ra is the smartest man alive.
Too soon.
Steve, Wisconsin is red, leaning red,
Wisconsin is red. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
and Maine
Yep.
Maine flipped again
I see
in
that
all,
as well.
all four. So just
Wow,
invert that one.
that's actually kind of surprising that Maine flipped again.
You're missing. You need to blue in
3
five.
and 1. 3 and 1,
Yeah, there we
Steve.
go.
I think it's way too early for me.
Is that right? There's no.
There's-
Maine-
No, it's not
No.
all red. It's 3 and 1.
3-1. Got it.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Good enough.
All right. Yeah, good enough.
Other than that, I don't see any updates.
that, Wisconsin going red is massive right now, and oh my God, Donald Trump is-
Same with Virginia, Wisconsin and Virginia and
Dude.
Ohio.
Wisconsin.
I think we're
It's-
getting close to.
Wisconsin, he's
I mean-
it's only 1%
Oh, God.
reporting, but it's pretty.
I mean,
sensitive so far.
look on the map on top, on the list, on the diagram. If it stays like this, Trump has won.
Oh, clearly. Yeah, and it doesn't
So-
even matter what the other states are, like Nevada and Arizona. We already know that Washington, Oregon, California, Idaho, Montana are going to be red. We already know that. So
Idaho?
Blue-
Are you
blue,
sure?
I'm sorry, blue. I'm sorry, blue. We already know that all this West Coast is going to go.
I don't think Idaho is going to be blue.
No, Idaho will be red.
Idaho.
Neither
okay,
Montana.
you're right. Yeah,
Idaho will be red.
I'm sorry. Montana and Idaho would be red. Washington, Oregon, and California would be blue. Arizona is up for grabs. Nevada's up for grabs. Utah probably red.
Arizona will go red. I think. I'm pretty confident.
I think
Arizona
you're
will
right,
go
too.
red.
Yeah.
So
So
what
one
do you guys?
of them needs to flip like dially.
What do you think's going on with the Harris campaign right now? You think they're concerned?
No.
Oh, they're already starting to chain smoke.
Yeah, I think they're. You
I
don't think they're
I
red?
think-
Seriously? You
I
don't
think they're jumping on the phone to call their friends and say, "Hey, those extra ballots we need delivered now."
Find me at least 30,000 more votes.
Yeah, don't put it past them.
I
re- I remember-
the rest of that very dire.
I remember
don't get
this.
it.
I remember this exact moment in 2020.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I remember the
So
exact
do I.
moment in 2016 where after Florida was called, I was like, "Yep, Trump's won. We're done. And I got so much crap for that. Remember? But I was right.
So
Georgia's definitely looking like Trump.
We also need to remember the vote from the cemetery hasn't come in yet.
Of course, yeah.
Well, they're going to get crossing over with John Edwards and Long Island Medium. They're going to get those, the contact those people, and we should have another update here coming up at 7. Yeah. So we have Arizona coming in at 7, Nevada coming in at 7. Doesn't matter really at this point right now.
Iowa just turned blue.
Iowa, I don't see it as blue yet. Do you?
No, I'm seeing it.
I see it.
I'm seeing it.
Yeah, I think we got to be a little bit careful not to call things too quick or to flip things. I think there's a lot of stuff that's really undecided, and there'll be like individual counties that'll come in that will flip them either way. But I think until we've got a real bulk of the vote, I think we might have prematurely put some colours on some things here. Like,
maybe,
Virginia, for instance, is neck and neck. I
still think Virginia's going to flip.
I
think Virginia will flip, but I don't think we're there to call it yet.
No, I haven't called it yet.
North Carolina, I don't think there's enough.
I haven't called North Carolina.
Even for leaning.
Oh, I think it's heavily leaning red right now. North Carolina, heavily leaning red.
All right, hey guys,
Kansas.
It's close.
I'm gonna have to dip because unfortunately, I do have to get up at 4:00 in the morning for this thing called a job.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, once this is over, and let me just touch base with you. Are you gonna be crashing out here in the next hour?
I'm going to bed right the fuck now. I'm fucking exhausted.
I will hit you up in the morning. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I will leave with my prediction. I'm still going to stick with my previous estimation that Harris will win the election when all is said and done. But time will tell.
I love your optimism, man. I do. I don't think it's right, but I do love your optimism.
Oh yes. New Mexico just turned blue.
New Mexico.
Yeah. So New Mexico is leaning blue.
Yeah.
Kansas is leaning blue with 39% reporting, 51% to Harris.
Yeah.
Missouri is also back to leaning blue.
And with 56. That, I will see you guys later.
Reds. Yeah, thank you, my friend.
Bye.
One sec. I don't even care about Kansas right now because that's going to change. Have a good night, guys. I'm telling you, that's going to change.
Missouri is at 17% reporting, 56 for Harris.
Yeah, I see it too.
Yeah. Well, it's
Missouri.
But again, that's because the cities have that's only 17% of the vote in Missouri, so that's gonna.
Yeah, but I see Missouri being called by the German ones, but they all say that Harris is ahead somehow, even though they say it's called for Trump.
If if Kamala gets called for Missouri, that's a huge thing. She has a shot.
Yeah, she has a fighting chance at that point.
Especially if she got Iowa too, but I don't.
Iowa is finicky. Iowa can.
That's 16 points right there if she gets Iowa and Missouri. So I mean, Kamala's not knocked out of the race yet. Now,
no,
she's that's a big thing right there. That little flip.
Yeah, and Pennsylvania's tightening up too. 22% reporting, 58% to Harris.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and Virginia still close with only about 1.2% difference. North Carolina, Donald's pretty much. Well, no, they're pretty neck and neck.
No, it's gone. So with 49% reporting in North Carolina, we're back to a 2% spread.
Correct. Yeah. Wow, that closed up the margin pretty quick. Kamala's back in the race here. Oh, I have to get Chris back in. I'm sorry. There you go.
Sorry about that. Dodgy connection or something happened. I don't know.
Wow, that changed the game here with these states flipping a little bit. Illinois,
Kansas and Missouri are not blue. They've been called Republican.
I also see Missouri being called red.
I agree that they're going to go. I'm giving Missouri and Kansas red, no question about it. But I don't see that. Where are you looking at?
Fox News. FoxNews.com. FoxNews.com.
How is Fox getting stuff that the AP's not getting?
because they're looking at the counties that come in. So AP is just looking at raw numbers. Okay. So whereas Fox, CNN,
you're the most...
they'll all So look the easiest way to say it with Missouri, St. Louis is in, as is Kansas City. Right. They are cities, urban areas. They always lean Democrat. They're the votes that have come in. That's why it's slightly skewed ahead. I can tell you now, when the rest of the votes come in, that is going to be redder than anything. So I would change those over.
You guys agree? I think you're absolutely right. Yes, Kansas City, St. Louis. They haven't got Columbia yet or Springfield, but that's neither here nor much there.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Like the website that I'm seeing also now call it for Missouri.
I'm going to go Missouri red. Or do you want to call it with Fox News? Up to you guys. Democratic.
I'd call it.
I think that's safe.
I'd call them
Kansas, same thing.
No, I don't think so.
I'm going to go. Well, I'm going to go with Chris. Chris is my political guy here.
Right.
He'd be hard pressed if I didn't take his expertise on this.
How about Iowa?
Iowa, I think, is look, that hasn't been called yet, but really that's going to be blue.
Yeah, I agree.
There's only 9% in. I wouldn't
don't
put anything on.
Write it in as
I wouldn't. I'd keep it as neutral at the moment.
Yeah.
My opinion is it will go.
I'm gonna keep it as leaning blue because it is leaning blue. Okay. Yeah. So
there's a lot of it. Yeah.
A lot. The big ones we're looking at for as far as like who knows, it's going to be North Carolina, Virginia,
and Wisconsin.
Those are three major ones that I have. It could go anybody's guess. It could be anybody's guess. But
Milwaukee hasn't come in, and I'd imagine Milwaukee will go blue.
But Geo has.
Is that Wisconsin or Minnesota?
GeoStreber has Wisconsin and Georgia as red too. So, I think we all agree that North Carolina and Georgia probably will be Trump.
Yeah, I think so.
I think Georgia will, yeah.
Yeah, Georgia, because we have 74% reporting, and Trump has a 5-point lead in Georgia.
Yeah, I agree. Yep. Georgia.
I think with some of the swing states, I think they're a bit cautious to call them too early.
Yeah, but when you got, but Georgia, you've already got Atlanta and Augusta and Savannah all in. So I don't, like you said, there might be some southern small countries.
I agree.
Areas,
I agree. I think I could say with a lot of confidence that I think Georgia's going to go red, but Georgia was also Georgia was also where a lot of shenanigans happened at the last election. So
yeah, but I mean he's
hold off on that.
He's 4% up, dude. That's so.
Yeah,
I agree. We'll leave it right now.
Where was he? Where was he in 2020?
I know. We'll leave it for right now, but I think we all agree it's heavily leaning toward Trump. Agree?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. Incidentally, I'll tell you the one thing that sucks about being on here is I'm not going to get to see the complete breakdown they're going to have on MSNBC.
Oh, they're going to lose their mind.
I'm going to be watching clips of that forever.
Oh God, what's her name? The one with the glasses. What's the hell's her name?
Rachel Maddow.
Yeah,
the one who looks like Mark Cuban.
She's so annoying. It's ridiculous. I can listen to most pundits, whether they're liberal or Democrat. I can at least listen to them. I can't listen to her. I cannot.
Look, she doesn't even pretend. It's
a screeching howler monkey. She's just.
It's like you know what? She should be on The View. Put her on The View. She'd be right at home on The View.
I'm surprised she hasn't been on The View. Oh my
goodness.
Yeah,
she could be the Republican on The View.
Did you listen to Tulsi Gabbard go on The View? It was great.
Oh, she absolutely flogged them. And good.
I was impressed. She handled herself absolutely magnificently, and that's why when I hear people say, "Oh well, MAGA or Trump people will never vote for a woman president," bullshit. They would vote for her in a heartbeat.
100%. I was actually really upset when Gabbard wasn't. I understand why Tulsi Gabbard wasn't the VP pick because I think she wasn't in the Republican Party at that point to start with. But don't be surprised if in 4 years you've got an advanced Gabbard ticket.
That would be really. I'm telling you, she would win. Because I don't understand this mentality that the MAGA men would never vote for a woman. Why?
It's ridiculous.
That makes sense to me. I don't even know where that would even come from. Because I think for some reason MAGA men must be conservative.
Well, hang on. No, they're right. MAGA men will not vote for a woman this election. No, because they're voting for Donald Trump. They're MAGA men.
Well, yeah,
But MAGA women as well. You know, it's
this election. But I'm saying they're saying that they would never vote for a woman in general. I'm like, really? Are you kidding me? That's just stupid. Of course they would.
Sarah Palin was very, very popular among the Conservatives there at one point.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. Exactly.
Very popular.
But they want a strong. They want a strong-willed woman. They want somebody with a backbone. You put a shotgun in a woman's hand and you have her run. She's probably going to win because she comes across as fierce, you know. And MAGA men like fierce women.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right,
conservative men love strong women.
Yeah, they do. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think this whole if you don't vote for a woman, you're sexist argument. I think it's actually a sexist argument in itself.
It is.
Because I mean, should people vote for Kamala Harris just because she's a female?
What's the
no.
difference?
I mean, if someone's going to vote for Kamala Harris, they should be voting because she is the best candidate. They believe in her policies. They believe in her principles. They prefer her to the other candidate.
But
you know, that's what the decision's got to come down to.
Yeah. How many
it doesn't matter. Well,
but you know
look, I think there will. Of course
they
will. Of course there will be. Yeah, there's no two ways about it. But you know, I think it's a dumb way to vote. I mean, vote for the best candidate.
I don't see the point of voting for a candidate just because of their gender or sex.
No, who cares? Who cares what's in between their legs? Who cares?
Well, whoever they're dating.
So long as they're not going into the wrong change room, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's a whole different issue. That's what we talk about that in other shows.
That's a separate one.
That's a separate issue.
I had to get it in.
I love that. Yeah, go for it. You know, we have such diversity on subjects lately. I've been doing Twitter Spaces because I just find it convenient for them to be able to come in and just talk in a Twitter Space, and then I'll broadcast it or record it and then upload it later. But we have so many different various topics now we're discussing. And it's so hard too because there's a lot of topics to discuss and a lot to know, you know. So, anyways, we got any updates, Geo, coming in? I don't see anything
right now. Nothing. No
moving.
No movement.
No, I think we've just had the. Well, actually, there is a little bit of news. Ted Cruz has been re-elected to the Senate.
Really?
Oh no!
Wow, that sucks. Actually, I'm not a Ted Cruz
I know
fan.
everyone's surprised. Everyone's surprised.
Yeah, I'm not shocked by it, but God, he's annoying.
Honestly, I was kind of looking forward to him retiring so that he could finally prove that he wasn't the Zodiac killer.
I don't know. Maybe after he's dead, it'll be in his one of those things where he comes out and says that was me all along.
Yeah, it would be a M. Night Shyamalan twist. What a twist!
Yeah.
What the twist?
Vincent Thinker says he'd be amazed if Wisconsin went blue, and I have Wisconsin as blue. My projection, I would be surprised if Wisconsin went red, but not too much because, as Geo predicted, Wisconsin to go red, Michigan to go blue. But it's such a toss-up.
Wisconsin,
it could be either one. Yeah, it could be.
But Wisconsin is leaning red at the moment, but Milwaukee hasn't come in.
It's so close, and that's why I'm
But
willing to
surrounding Milwaukee has come in, and that's all red. Green Bay's gone red. Madison County, that's the only real blue that there is.
So New Hampshire has been called for Kamala.
I don't see it yet, but probably.
Okay.
NH. Yeah,
I got it. Okay.
Yeah, it's been called. Yeah. And interestingly, Trump is leading in the popular vote at the moment, but I expect that to change once California becomes a thing.
Yeah, also once New York is going to be higher in counting.
Interestingly, the betting, Donald Trump is now paying $1.22 to Kamala Harris's $4.20.
That means he's more favored.
He's significantly more favored.
Yeah,
pretty much unbackable.
Yeah, I mean
that's almost unbackable. Like you put $100 to win 20.
Right. Who's going to do that? Because that's not.
Whereas back Harris, you put $100 down to win 420.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris, I have a.
Hey, Kamala Harris is 420. Just want to say that.
Well, there you go. Well, I mean.
And sorry, Geo.
So as an Australian, do you think it's justifiable that if Trump wins the presidency, we fly him over to Australia so that he can have a swim tour?
Harold Holt.
Yeah.
No, there's no Chinese subs off the coast anymore, so he'll be fine there.
Shame.
We would happily have Donald Trump over in Australia. More than happy to have
So how
Donald
are we
Trump
doing
over here.
on
anytime.
Iowa, Chris? Des Moines, I see, but not Sioux City or Cedar Rapids yet.
So the one that breaks it right down seems to be a little bit behind, but let me go into Iowa now.
I'm looking at it right now, and
Yeah,
It's
Des Moines
really
in, Iowa
close.
City isn't, Sioux
Not
City
Sioux.
isn't,
Right.
Cedar Rapids isn't.
So that's really up for grabs
There's virtually nothing in Polk County, which is where Des Moines is, has come in, and that's come in for Kamala, but the surrounding, the suburbs have both come in for Trump.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why
So
I think that
that's with about half the vote in on each. Some of the border areas have come in. Once again, not with huge amounts of the vote, and fairly small counties. So some small counties have come in for Harris, but we're not talking a lot. RFK picked up 5 votes in one. That's exciting. Yeah, look, I don't know. It's the fact that Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, and Sioux City. You would think that probably Sioux City might go blue. I don't know.
See, and same thing with New Mexico. Santa Fe has been reported, but Albuquerque hasn't, even though it's in the blue area. I think that New Mexico's probably going to shift to back here next reporting, because it's just Albuquerque is going to be your biggest blue area. So
yeah, Albuquerque will definitely flip that.
So what else we got?
But look, I mean, it is really close. That's the thing, and that's
super. I can't call New Mexico at all. There's no possible way. It's super close.
I think Trump's got it though, and I think he's going to get off the back of winning Virginia. Virginia, Georgia. Okay, I'm not that confident on Pennsylvania anymore.
Virginia's already been reported for Richmond and Alexandria, and Norfolk. So I mean, it's. I think Virginia would.
I think that's gone red.
It's gone red, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. But I think that the next thing that probably happened was Virginia's going to be called for Donald.
Because we're seeing a 2-point lead for Trump in Virginia with 57% reporting.
Yep.
Yeah.
And even with North Carolina, Fayetteville hasn't reported yet, but that's still North Carolina's still close. I can't call North Carolina.
By the way, Steve, Nebraska, the one red district, has been called.
Woohoo!
No, not that.
Got to go down to the split. There you go.
All right, so what do we got? What was it called for?
This is called red. The first one, red. Call it. Then 2 blue ones. But those are leaning blue, not full blue.
Okay. I got it.
And then the last one is called red.
I think once again that'll come in.
Is that right?
No, the last one's called red.
Steve. One's called red. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's not too bad.
It's better than expected, actually, for Nebraska, isn't it?
Yeah, I only had 1 point going to Kamala for Nebraska.
I mean, could still flip, right? So
yeah, I had a 4-1 rather than 3-2, which is insignificant, but whatever.
Yeah, me too.
What an interesting race this is.
Wisconsin just turned blue.
Barely.
Yeah.
3 points.
I think we've got to be careful not to jump the gun. I think there's a bit of gun jumping happening.
Let me look at Wisconsin. Wisconsin only has Madison reporting. Oshkosh hasn't. Green Bay did report, and that's red. Milwaukee reported. I mean, you still got a lot of rural areas there that's going to go for Trump.
Sure. Then we're just going to switch back.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not that significant right now.
Yeah, I don't know.
The big thing that reporting on that was Madison. So.
Yeah, I'm seeing Madison at 70% for Harris, Milwaukee at 65%, and everything else is Trump.
Right.
Hang on a minute.
I can't say Minnesota. I can't call that at all yet in close. Now, I mean, he can still win if he loses in Wisconsin, obviously, but it's or Michigan. Sorry. So where are we looking at the map? Okay, so let's look at where we have for GeoStreber and mice projection real quick compared to what is that? I think
So let me start with mine first.
Yeah. Don't worry about
I was right
split
on.
vote
I was
stuff.
right on Pennsylvania. I was right on Michigan, but I got Minnesota and Wisconsin flipped as of now, and I also got Virginia fucky. So Virginia, I predicted blue. It turned red. Also Maine, I got backwards. But yeah, so
Yeah, I'm not worried about Maine. That's only 1 point. And for me,
no,
it's
two, isn't it?
Well, it's 4 total, and then I gave them. I had 3 going, 3 going for Kamala, 1 going for Trump. Oh, it's 4. Yeah. Okay, whatever. So
Yeah.
I had Minnesota going to Kamala. It's leaning red pretty heavily right now, I think. Wisconsin.
Minnesota is not going red.
I'm not too early to call. I have it going blue, but we'll see. But the big ones so far that I think that I did get wrong, which is okay, is Virginia, because I think Virginia still hope that that's going to flip. But I did call North Carolina and Georgia for Trump, and I think that's going to be the case.
I mean, look, let's look at Minnesota for a second. 0.46 of the vote is in.
Yes.
0. I mean, it's nothing.
0.46%.
It's one red county.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Yeah, I'm still. Those are still pretty open, but I do think that I think that because again I called Pennsylvania for Kamala.
Can you scroll up a bit on the page
Virginia.
that we can see the complete count?
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Thank you. And back. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
There you go. Yeah, these two. This is pretty astounding for Virginia if it goes to Trump. I really thought that was going to go to Kamala. That's my biggest one so far that I'm kind of surprised with is Virginia.
Yeah, me too. And the fact that Maine's backwards, but okay, that's still subject to change.
Yeah.
But Virginia at this point
I think
is looking a bit dodgy.
The only 2 of mine that I've changed is I will change Pennsylvania. I think that Kamala is going to get that, but obviously Virginia I think is looking Trump. So basically that's a 6-point difference for me.
Okay. No,
but,
I think that's reasonable.
but I still have Trump clearly winning.
Well, yeah, but you had Trump pretty high to begin with, so you had some pretty good room for margin for error there.
But you know what? Some of those have come in. I mean, Ohio's come in. That was one of the ones that could go either way. I did have Michigan, which I think is still too early to really call. Wisconsin, I think, is probably still too early to call, but I'd be still confident there. Iowa, has Iowa been called yet?
Iowa has not been called yet. Nope.
No. There's only 14% of the vote in there. So I mean, when there's low numbers of the vote in, just because of there's such a different demographic shift between the cities and the rural areas,
There
pretty
really
much in
is.
every state.
Yep.
You get a couple of rural counties come in, or a couple of. I mean, that's what we saw with some of those early cities coming. I mean, Georgia's a classic example. All the cities are out of the way.
I do think New
And
Mexico.
it's only
New Mexico did flip.
Yeah, it literally just flipped to red.
Yep, sure did.
Really?
Yes.
Because Albuquerque mustn't be in yet, though. Like you said, there's only 30% of the vote in.
No, Albuquerque had not reported. Nope.
Yeah, Albuquerque will flip that back. That's
well, okay, but here's the thing: Albuquerque, when it gets reported, some of the other areas might get reported as well. So, I still think New Mexico is going to go to Trump. I'm pretty convinced of that. You say
I
no?
don't. I think that one's going to happen.
Let's take a vote here. Geo, New Mexico. Knowing what you know now, is it going to go to Trump or? To
well, originally I predicted it would go to Harris, and I think I'm sticking by that for now.
Okay, Jared.
I think it's going to end up Trump mainly because of the border issue.
That's a good point because the border areas next to Texas and down south, they haven't reported yet.
Yep.
Albuquerque and illegal immigrants voting, flip it to Harris.
You're being serious though.
We laugh, but it
surprise
could
me.
play out that
Would
way.
not surprise me.
I don't know if to take him serious or not. That's why I'm laughing, because I'm like, holy shit, he might be.
No. Look, I think it's a factor you've got to take into account. There will be people.
Wow.
I mean, look, it's a crazy situation. But if I was imagine if I was visiting you at the moment there in California, Steve, I could walk into a polling booth and say, my name is Steve McRae. Give them your address. They can't ask me for ID, and I can vote.
The ID. So we got some questions in the audience, so I'm going to ask in a second here. But I had New Mexico going to Harris on my projections, but I'm going to update that. I think it's going to go to Trump now. So somebody asked, what is the allure of Trump? You know what? Look, I'm going to give that one to Chris, because I mean he's the only one here that actually is pro-Trump. I know, Jared, are you pro-Trump or just kind of like me, neutral?
At this point, I'm pro. Let's push the button.
You know, at this point, I'm neutral, but I will tell you that I'm probably a little bit leaning for Trump, only because of the last couple of days or weeks I've seen with Kamala. Oh God Almighty! I'm just blown away how bad her interviews were, how dumb she sounded.
So the appeal of Trump. I mean, look, there's a lot. There's a lot of good and bad about Trump and Harris. For me, the main thing for me, apart from, I guess, look, I'm an economic conservative, so he aligns with a lot of my views there. Probably the biggest thing is global security. I think he is the best for global security. Now, look, that's a little bit selfish of me, because I live in a country that really we're the only, Australia is the only country in the world that has gone into every single conflict with the US since the Second World War. So we are your number one ally. So it's in my interest for.
Well, also we had Israel.
Actually,
you know, she doesn't stand by Israel.
No, but I mean, but Israel didn't send troops into Vietnam. Israel didn't go into Korea. Israel didn't go into Desert Storm. So we did every single conflict.
Look, I remember
we have policy, and we've actually got the AUKUS alliance, which is Australia, the US, and UK, is an active military alliance.
We had it's the in Australian military. We were doing joint stuff with them. I got to visit. I got to go on an Australian sub when I was in Australia.
That would have been wonderful for you.
It was very small. It was not. It was a fast tack, not a boomer.
That's why we're buying them from you guys.
But look, by any chance built out of carbon fiber.
What's that?
Who knows?
It wasn't by any chance built from carbon fiber from a guy from New England, was it?
Yeah, they're doing a startup or something.
Yeah. What was his name again? Captain Crunch?
Oh. Damn, you're hostile today. I like that.
That's
so global security. That's the big thing. I think he's very charismatic, and look, I think he isn't a politician, which is one thing I particularly like about him. I think you see someone like Kamala, Joe, even Vance to an extent, although Vance has really impressed me. They spout out the typical lines. They're playing, they get asked a question, they answer the question they want. They spin it back, whatever the message of the day is. Whereas Trump, he just shoots off the hip. Now that doesn't always end up well for him, but I also think he's not beholden to anyone.
Yeah, so I think Alex doesn't know how to answer questions. She doesn't know. She doesn't understand the questions being asked of her.
I think in Kamala's defense, I think she is playing a defensive game. I think she is just not letting herself slip up and just letting Trump do that.
That's a bad mistake. They want to see a genuine candidate.
Well, it worked for Joe. Worked for Joe. Well, Joe won the election from his basement.
This is a new world out there, and she wasn't voted in by any kind of popular vote. She didn't have anybody vote for her, so like Joe did. So she didn't have that passion
but she was on the ticket as the vice president.
But how often are you actually voting for the vice president when you're evaluating that?
It's a coattail.
Yeah, and that's where, if you want to compare it between, really what hurt Trump in 2020 was COVID. And
that in the summer of love and all that kind of crap.
Yeah. So that one was more of a affair where Biden didn't really have to do much because the public opinion of Trump had soured so much because of those responses. As for Harris, this time around, trying to play a defensive game is playing to lose.
FYI, we should have some updates coming in about 15 minutes. At least as
Yeah.
far as Arizona, Nevada, Utah, Montana, Washington, Oregon, and California are going to be much later, which I don't even know if I'm going to be up for because
that's
whatever.
not completely correct. So Idaho and Oregon will already start reporting 1 hour earlier because they're also split by a time zone.
Yeah, well,
so we're gonna get some idea.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I really don't expect California, Oregon, and Washington to.
So basically in
Trump,
so in 15 minutes we're gonna get Nevada, Montana, Utah, Idaho, Oregon.
So
and
do you
what did I miss? Arizona.
Arizona. And Jared and Chris, do you want to? Since we already know that California, Oregon, and Washington are leaning or will lean, do you want to do some future predictions here? Or do you want to leave the map until it comes in because they come in at 8?
I think we can call California, Washington, Oregon.
You guys agree?
I think we can do that. Yeah,
because I really
and same Montana, Idaho. You can call them for red. Same with Utah.
So by the way, after the next update at 4 my time, I'm gonna leave. Need to catch some sleep as well.
That's right. I'm gonna leave them with light blue.
It's actually Chris. It's actually 4 a.m. here where I am.
Right, and I know, I might want to.
It's almost 2 p.m. here, so.
Yeah, fucking hell.
I got a craving for ice cream.
Beautiful sunny day.
That's the good thing when you work in a university. You can go and come whenever you want.
My roommate's telling me all week I've been craving ice cream, and you know what? I'm gonna go out and get some after this. But I think after 7 o'clock we're gonna know. Pretty much.
Incidentally, the stock market is surging here in Australia. It is going nuts.
Is it?
Oh, I love it. Yeah,
ours have been up and down.
That is so weird.
What do you think about Montana?
And that's off the back of Trump.
Do you want to give that to Trump real quick, or
they're red. They're red.
I agree.
Montana, Idaho, and Utah, not Nevada.
I wouldn't be so sure with Utah. Actually,
I normally would agree about Utah, but I don't. It's just so many.
It's because the Mormons are a bit of a wild card.
Those Mormons don't like people of color. Come on, they're evil spirits. Haven't you read the Book of Mormon?
3 times.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I read it 3 times.
You have not missed a thing.
It is boring as shit. I was told it was supposed to give you yeah,
no, they're gonna read the results out of a hat.
I was told that reading the Book of Mormon is a thing to bring you closer to God or whatever. And I read it 3 times. Like this is so poorly written.
Are the ballots written on golden tablets?
Oh, of course. Do you guys want to hear a funny story?
Language.
Sure.
So Jay Brown shared this with me. It was posted on Twitter by Norm Carlton, former Major League Baseball pitcher. There's a guy kicked out of the voting booth for playing the ESPN NFL draft selection chime each time he filled out a new part of his ballot.
I don't think you can do that, though.
I have no idea what that sounds like. Also, I don't know what type of sport you're talking about.
Just
the funny American football that they think is
the head injury.
Just FYI, if I did give Utah
catch ball.
Look, if I did give Utah to Trump, then Trump wins.
Yikes. Also, remember still has Alaska, right?
Doesn't even matter.
That's not even taking Arizona and Nevada into account.
Right. And Alaska,
but hang on. No, take Minnesota off Trump. I'm telling you now, Minnesota voted for Mondale over Reagan.
I think you're
Minnesota.
Right. I think Minnesota.
You've got a better chance of Washington D.C.
Right, we're going to put that
red.
We're going to put that leaning left. We're going to give Hawaii to Kamala. Okay, fair.
Yep.
And we're going to give Alaska to Trump. That's pretty much a given. So if that's 261, so he needs to have. He would have to. If this stays,
he has to win either Nevada or Arizona.
He would need Michigan to flip back. He would need Arizona.
Or Nevada.
No, Nevada wouldn't.
Yeah, you've got him at 264. 264 plus 6 is 270.
He needs 271 to win.
Yeah, you're right.
270.
Oh no, 270 to win. You're right. 270. Oh shit, you're right. Boom.
Yeah.
Nevada would do it.
See, hey, Oh, everyone hangs shit on the metric system, but we can count.
Fuck you.
So,
I mean, it's actually interesting to see what happens with Maine and Nebraska now. Now it's really fucking close, right?
So the reality is this is actually pretty damn close, man.
It is shaping up to be, which is what I figured it would be. But little bit of trivia. Yeah, little bit of trivia. Does anyone want to take a guess when the last time Minnesota went with a Republican president?
Was it George Bush Sr.?
Nope.
No, well before that.
1836.
I don't even think they were a state.
I don't know. Yeah,
I would say maybe for Nixon. Maybe
it was Nixon in 72.
Was it?
There you go. I don't know any of the facts. Who was it saying I don't have the facts again? I keep telling. I am smarter. I'm telling people I'm smarter than the average bear.
Dude, I did a stream the other day, and ProtoBase kept asking me to ask the panel questions, and I was asking him just as he asked, and he was saying, "You weren't asking my questions." I'm like, yeah, I literally read them verbatim. You know, it's like I was really weird because it was like you're not answering my questions. Like we've addressed it. We're moving on. You know.
It looks a bit as if Virginia got a bit closer.
No,
1.7% still.
It's been right around that for the last couple of updates.
Jay Brown wants you to check your Twitter, Jared.
Oh, I already did.
Oh.
That was where the story from
okay.
That guy playing the draft music came from.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm really feeling that Virginia is going to go to Trump, but
I do.
I think it's too early to call.
I
think Georgia.
But here's the thing. I have Virginia going to Trump. Excuse me. I have Virginia going to Kamala, but if it goes to Trump, that's just a huge thing in Trump's in favor. She needs Virginia. She needs it.
That's actually going to nullify
New Mexico and
now here's a bet, right? If it stays this close until tomorrow, Trump is gonna hold another press conference claiming voter fraud, the same way he did last time. We want all voting to stop. In the middle of
whoever loses is going to claim the other side cheated. Whoever loses will claim the other side cheated. It's an American tradition.
Not well, to a certain degree, yes, but not in the
Hillary.
What do you call it? Amplitude.
Al Gore.
I guess.
By the way,
Hillary did it. Al Gore did it.
Minnesota went red, right?
Minnesota is currently red. Yes.
No, Minnesota's blue. Minnesota is blue.
I have Minnesota red.
It's leaning red right now, but we haven't gotten enough reporting because as of right now, there's only 1% of the vote in.
All right, let's leave that open because Minnesota's going to be that's huge. Because
we should get the new reports on it like any minute, right?
So he thinks Minnesota's going to go to Kamala, and I do think he's right. But there's a chance it could go red, man.
It'd be the first time in 50 years.
Yeah.
No.
But Chris doesn't think so. But yeah, see, I think it's up in the air.
No.
So
look,
you don't think there's a chance?
I absolutely hope that I'm wrong. I would love for it to go red. The only way it could possibly go red is if Democrat voters just thought, "Oh, we've got this in the bag anyway," and for some reason, Republican voters just turned out in force.
But Minnesota already has St. Paul reporting, so where's going to be this big bastion of liberal votes?
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. Well, I know
Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Hang on.
Minneapolis, St. Paul has already been come in.
It's saying 0% of expected votes counted. I mean, it's coming in with a tiny amount. It's
all right.
Yeah,
I'm thinking that.
Okay. All right. I'm looking at Minneapolis right now. Okay, in Minneapolis right now, there is 2,000 votes for Kamala Harris, 1,400 for Donald Trump.
Uh-huh.
There's obviously a lot more votes to come in. St. Paul is 1,250 votes for Kamala, 260 votes for Trump. There's a lot to come in. There's a lot.
I'm not saying there's not. I can't see you saying that Minnesota doesn't have a chance to go red.
There's 1% of the vote has come in. 1% of the vote has come in for the entire state.
Well, look,
I'm
Louisiana
telling
has
you.
0% come in. They called it. I got you, but
All right, I'll put my money where my mouth is.
I know.
Let's
We'll
put a
see.
friendly wager on this. Let's put a friendly wager.
I don't want to put a wager on it.
Fair enough. I wouldn't either. But no. Look, I will be. You know what? I will be amazed if it is even
red.
close in Minnesota.
All right, that's fair enough. I'll accept that because look, I'm not going to be amazed if it goes blue. I'm not. It's not going to. It's.
Look,
I already predict it's blue.
there's a better chance of New York going red than Minnesota.
So Nevada, polls are closed in Nevada.
Yeah. And look, this could be one of those things where, you know, people look back and laugh at me because I'm so certain in what I'm saying.
No, not in Minnesota. That's anybody's guess. Now, if you told me that there's like no chance of Virginia going Trump, then I'd be like, come on, dude, seriously, Virginia's probably going to go Trump. I'm sorry, it's just going to happen.
I think Virginia's going Trump. Yeah.
Jay Brown just shared a video with me of what is possibly explaining the reason why Virginia is going red. And one of their non-presidential races, you have someone who is worth millions running against someone who is actually middle class and getting called the fuck out for it. It is beautiful.
Yes, I saw that video. That was brilliant. I'm not sure her name, but I think it was a Chinese name on the Republican side, and she just called her out and just said, "You wouldn't know what it's like to, you know, you're a millionaire. Go back to your $2 million mansion up the road or something, wasn't it?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Sensational.
And speaking of changes and updates, we have 34% of the vote in Wisconsin. Trump has taken the lead.
Yep.
Oh God!
Because Madison came in.
Yeah, it's still very close. They're like 3,000 votes apart, so basically neutral.
I wouldn't call that either.
No, I'm not going to call it because it's a dead heat right now. But it's the fact that Wisconsin.
But it's not even leaning. That's going to be
a dead heat.
Key,
I'm going to put it. I'm going to move that to neutral. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds fair.
Yeah, I think it's fair. And that's and by the way, GeoStreber and I both agreed, and I'm pretty sure Chris did too. Wisconsin, it's anybody's guess. Because this is the ones that Wisconsin and Michigan would show too that GeoStreber and I kind of just flipped. I had one, he had the other, but it was so 50-50 that it's literally anybody's guess. So I'm going to put Wisconsin as neutral again, which means that even with Wisconsin neutral, Trump only needs 6 points to win.
Nevada
projections
done.
Nevada and done.
Nevada is not certified yet, but if Nevada.
By the way, that obviously to our viewers, that is we kind of assumed a few states to be safe, which is Montana, Idaho,
Washington, Oregon.
Nevada hasn't come in yet, but if Nevada goes to Trump, he would win in this projection, in this path to victory.
Yeah.
We have. By the way, Nevada could come in at any time, so let me know. Like literally, I'm expecting Nevada, Arizona, Utah to come in any minute, and they might update some of the other precincts too.
So in 1 minute, we should get the updates, which is Nevada, Montana, and Utah officially, plus parts of Idaho and Oregon.
Okay. Yep. I agree with that. That's exactly. And it may not be exactly in the minute. I've noticed they've been coming in about 2 or 3 minutes after, but yeah.
So here's a question.
Here's an answer.
Do we want to put a call in for Georgia because we're at 80% of votes counted?
Georgia.
And Trump is up by 5. Holy shit, we just got an update on Pennsylvania.
I'm going to call Georgia for Trump. There's no.
What?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Oh my God, I see that too. Holy shit. But that's a toss up.
Pennsylvania just flipped to a toss up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. Wrong one. I'm sorry. Pennsylvania just flipped to a toss up.
Oh,
wow,
this is bad.
For Kamala. That's bad for Kamala, people. Yeah. Dude, you guys are.
Then again, only 42% counted, so it's very, very, very close.
Do you guys explain to the people outside listening in how Pennsylvania flipping to being neutral again is it could be very dangerous for Kamala because she needs Pennsylvania. So basically, if Pennsylvania turns red, then she has lost.
That's basically it, isn't it?
I would agree. It's pretty much game over. If she lost
Unless something
Pennsylvania.
very strange happens to Virginia
I think
or
we're being-
North Carolina.
Chris, do you think we're being pretty conservative here? Because I do. I think we're being.
I think
really
he's
conservative.
AFK. He's taking a piss or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he's
Jared, do you?
AFK, but I don't think it's being.
Sorry, I was listening, but sorry.
Do you think I think we're being very conservative with our projections right here.
Okay, we have updates. Oh my God! So Utah was just already called for Trump,
Okay, Utah was called for Trump. That's
and Oregon is currently red.
7.
Dude, no, not gonna do it. Not gonna
No,
do it.
Yeah,
Not
fair
gonna do
enough. There's another one which is Arizona, which is
Yeah.
also red.
I am not putting. I'm not leaning Oregon to red. Ain't gonna happen. Sorry. Nope.
So we're at
And weird.
we're for
There's
Arizona.
parts of Oregon that want to break away from Oregon to join
Yeah.
Idaho.
Yeah, it's called
Yeah.
Northern California. This is
So Arizona, we're at 4%
actually no,
reporting.
it'd be northern. No, it'd be southern Washington. I think probably that area. Northern
No,
California
so
is really liberal.
the area of Oregon that wants to leave is east of the mountains.
East of the mountains. There you go.
Yep.
Hey, here's an interesting update. I know I've been giving the betting updates.
Mhm.
Donald Trump is completely unbacked. He's $1.08
Okay.
to
then-
win the election,
dude,
and Kamala Harris is $7.
what does that tell you? What does
Oh,
that tell you?
So
That really that
So-
basically they're saying that Kamala
Unbackable.
is not going to win. They're literally telling you that why bother? But that's just the betting. But betting, you know what? I think betting historically has been spot on, hasn't they?
it has been very close, and actually we have confirmation now that Missouri is called for Trump.
Missouri called for Trump. Holy cow!
It is
Really?
official
Michigan,
now.
that's Michigan.
I said Michigan. I mean Missouri. Yeah, right here.
Missouri's already
Yeah,
called on your map.
I already had it called for Trump.
Yeah, but they've actually made it official now, so that's why I wanted to make sure.
We're still looking at Iowa. We're still looking for Iowa, which has not been called. which
Pennsylvania
anybody's
just turned blue again, by the way. Pennsylvania's blue
just
again.
turned blue.
Well, but it's a
Right.
0.3%
Yeah,
spread
I'm
right
gonna
now.
you're right. I'm not
Leave.
I'm gonna leave it neutral. I'm
Oh.
sorry, Gio. It's still.
Yeah,
it's
fair
so-
enough.
That's so close, dude.
What I will say
that
is
is
there is some
significantly-
cranky looking people on MSNBC.
I'm sure they're really upset
Montana's
right now.
also called now,
It's
if you haven't
wonderful.
marked that
I
yet.
got it. I already have it.
Right.
Montana's called for Harris, I assume.
No, wait.
No.
Montana?
God, no.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Wait, Montana hasn't been called, has it?
Yes, it has. Montana has been called for Trump.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the only time, let's be honest, the only time that Montanans, whatever call for Harris would be to shove her into one of the gases at Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Is that even in Montana? I don't know.
No, that's in
In
Wyoming.
Idaho and Wyoming, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Or,
Kamala is making a big comeback in the betting odds. She's gone from $7 to $6.50. Trump is now
Ooh.
at $1.10. So it's yeah. No.
Okay, so let me ask
Nothing
you guys.
changes.
So real quick, and let me ask the live chat too. Do you think this is looking good for Kamala? Because it's not.
No, it's not.
At
No.
all. This is.
How's Virginia doing?
Virginia. Right
It's
now,
getting
Virginia-
closer, but still 1.7%.
Yep.
Yeah,
Virginia, 2
I
points to
can't call
Trump
that. I
at
can't call it.
60%.
It's too close.
60%.
I think it's gonna stay leaning toward Trump, but it's way too early to make a determination yet.
So
Georgia
North-
got a bit closer.
North Carolina, 66% reporting. Trump is up by 5.
North Carolina is going to go to Trump. They're going to call that for Trump. Just watch.
80% in Georgia, Trump up by 5.
Trump is going to go to Georgia. I already have Georgia and North Carolina. I believe are going to go to Trump.
Yeah.
But they haven't called it yet, so I can't really do much of that. But just in these projections right here, Trump only needs Nevada to win if that's the case. This is what I'm saying. In these results should start coming in for Nevada here any second, right?
Yeah.
They start coming in at 7:00, right, on Nevada?
Jay Brown is saying that the votes for myself and him are what is hurting Kamala.
That's what it is.
Aren't you guys in Rhode Island?
Dude, this
That
is
makes
looking
no
brutal
shit
for.
on me.
This is looking brutal for her, man.
You know what? My 312 isn't looking so silly now,
It's
is it?
really not.
No.
I mean, We're being conservative, and it looks like Trump's going to win. We're being conservative. So if these all go Trump's way, it might be more of a landslide than we predicted. And Gio and I might be way underestimating, and maybe Chris might be right.
I remember, Chris, are you interested in football, as in the proper football, not the American stuff?
Of course.
Okay, so back in 2014 at that semifinal, you know which one I'm talking about. My dad asked me what the result would be, and I was like, if Germany's leading 5-0 in the halftime break, I'm gonna just go to sleep. Well, 30 minutes later, Germany was leading against Brazil 5-0, and I didn't go to sleep. I had to watch the rest of this.
No, that was you can't miss that. I mean, Germany's just a wonderful team to watch. What happened to Germany in the Euros, though?
Basically, what happened that after the World Cup win, everybody just left.
Real quick, just FYI, Phoenix is reported in Arizona, and even with Phoenix that has already been reported, Arizona is still marginally, leaning red, but it's absolutely it's
a dead heat.
Dead heat.
Which one?
It's
Arizona.
Dead heat. It's
Arizona.
literally, it cannot be any more dead heat. We're talking 40 votes difference. 40 votes. 40 vote difference. But Phoenix has already been reported. Maybe Tucson might be able to get some more liberal votes, but all the surrounding areas, which are going to be for Trump, Arizona is going to go to Trump.
So we have
Pennsylvania flipped red again, by the way.
That's my prediction. What do you guys predict on Arizona? Because
sorry, you said Phoenix has been reported.
Phoenix has been reported, and with only 40 vote difference, the only thing left to report for a major city would be Tucson. But the surrounding areas.
Whoa! Hang on. In Phoenix, it's close in Phoenix.
It's close to Phoenix. Yeah, it's a dead heat. This is what I'm saying. This is not looking good for Kamala in Arizona.
Trump's going to get Arizona.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's what I think. Yep.
Arizona's going to go red. Update on Iowa.
34.
I'm not going to call it, but I'm going to lean Arizona toward.
Yep.
Toward Trump.
So Iowa, 34% reporting now. Trump is up by 4.
Wow, Kamala's got to be concerned as shit right now. And by the way, audience, again, we're not letting our bias get this. We're going by the numbers. You can tell all of us are literally going by the numbers. We all know how to read numbers, and we all.
Well, hey, if you want to talk about bias, I'm the one who's screaming to put Minnesota in for Harris.
You're the most biased
and
here.
I'm the pro-Trump guy.
Yeah.
So, Associated Press just called Colorado for Harris, just to make that one official.
Which one?
Colorado.
Oh,
it's already marked.
No surprise there.
Yeah, there's no surprise there. I said from the onset that there's no way Trump is going to get Colorado. This is, oh my God, this is looking so brutal, dude. I mocked, well, I didn't really mock, but I kind of laughed at his 3-12 projection. Chris,
do I see it correctly that every state that's currently marked in gray needs to go to Harris?
Yes.
And Virginia needs to flip.
He's already up to 75. If Arizona and New Mexico go through, he's already up. He's already got.
Yeah, but one of them has to flip. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What?
No. Even if New Mexico flips, he still won.
He still wins if New Mexico flips. He wouldn't win but Arizona he needs. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I think New Mexico probably does flip.
I don't think so. I think New Mexico is going to stay. I definitely think Arizona is going to go.
Albuquerque hasn't come in.
All right, that's fair. New Mexico could flip, but I'm telling you right now, Arizona is going to go to Trump. So even if this flipped, we're gonna pretend to see how he still wins. So
yeah, he still wins.
But I'm still leaning it marginally. I'm not going to leave it neutral. But what's going on with Pennsylvania? Is it still neutral?
So Pennsylvania, Trump is up 2 with 50% of the vote in.
Oh, and Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, we know already reported.
Oh,
that was by the Russians. Yeah.
No. Did you hear what actually happened there?
No, I don't know.
They arrested a Democrat poll worker. It was a Democrat poll worker who called it in.
What? Why would that
would?
And they called it in and tried to blame a Republican voter.
Who does this stupid shit? Who is that guy? Who's mentally that unwell? Like literally.
I just noticed, Steve, you can also make it official and make New Jersey blue.
New Jersey blue,
like dark blue, still missing.
Yeah, shocker.
Yeah.
No, seriously. Who? I mean, I want to. I want to ask. I want to answer. I want an actual answer to this question. Who in their right mind would do that unless they're mentally unwell? You have got to be mentally unwell to do this. Something like that.
Yeah, and look at the amount of rhetoric that has been going on for 4.5 years.
Right. That's
if not longer.
Wow. Wow.
You know what?
I'm not surprised by it at this point.
I'm not, but it's
Philadelphia only 44% of the vote is in Philadelphia. Pittsburgh, 71% of the vote.
Philadelphia. That's Pennsylvania, isn't it?
Give me an update on Wisconsin because it looks like Wisconsin is going to go towards
Wisconsin. 42% reporting.
Yep, I'm calling it for Trump.
Trump up 2.5.
Yeah, and it's already have the cities reporting. So I'm not going to make it official right now, but I'm going to lean Wisconsin towards Trump.
Yeah, mark it on the map. Yeah,
it's
perfectly justifiable.
Very close.
Still very
close.
Minnesota.
Minnesota. I'm still only seeing 2% in, but I'm seeing Trump up by 18.
But that's after Minnesota. After Minnesota, St. Paul.
Oh no! The one thing that I just noticed.
I'm putting it leaning toward. I'm sorry. I'm putting it leaning toward Trump.
Yeah. Steve, Iowa as well. Iowa is now at 34% counted, 51% Donald Trump. You got to switch that one to red as well. Iowa.
And Iowa.
Next to Illinois. Yeah, that one.
I know it's that. I'm putting that one to
lean red.
Hey, Geo, I just want to comment. Isn't it bad that the two people not from America know American geography better than the Americans?
It actually is quite pathetic, isn't it? Then again, Chris, just for fairness, could you name the 16 German states?
I probably could actually, yeah.
All right, I could probably name like maybe 6 or 7 of the Australian ones and territories.
If you got 7 Australian states, you could beat me because.
Okay. Let's see. But states and territories, right? You got Western Australia, Queensland. Yes. You got Tasmania. You got the Capital Territory. Then you got this what is called Jarvis Bay or something territory.
No, Jarvis Bay is part of the ACT.
I thought it was separate, but okay,
no.
Whatever.
Sorry, they're geographically separate, but no.
What else? There's one.
Real quick, while you're thinking.
I'm thinking Northwest Territories, but that's Canada. So is it just Northern Australia, I guess?
Northern Territory.
Territory. Okay, sure.
And South Wales.
Yeah, whatever.
New South Wales, absolutely.
Are you done? Because I have no idea. But I want to.
I think Victoria and South Australia are in England.
Oh, yeah, Victoria,
so Skid Row Trash is kind of wondering if the Young Turks are losing their minds right now.
Wisconsin was just flipped to blue on the map.
Yeah,
I did have a look at the Young Turks, and I'm not going to lie, their chat was fucking funny.
I bet.
So Wisconsin, I would put it at a toss-up because
I'll put it back toss-up. That's fair.
44% reporting.
Yeah.
It is a spread of 0.1.
Yeah, it's a toss-up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put that blue. I'm sorry. Minnesota, I'm going to leave.
God.
Iowa,
Pennsylvania is getting more close as in, Trump is running away. It's now 50.6% for Trump and 48.5%
I think Pennsylvania's going to go. I'm going to. Do you want me to lean it toward Trump? I think so.
Yes, I think you should. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, this is looking brutal.
Cool.
His 312 is not looking completely out of reality here. Holy shit. Now again, Chris, let's bear in mind.
Everyone laughed at me. Everyone laughs at me.
I didn't either, and I said it's possible. And
I know.
Here's the thing: this is still this is not going to be final.
I'm probably more talking about. There was a few people in the chat who told me I didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah. No, I was like, a
little bit of Schadenfreude here. and that being said, it'll be egg on my face if it flips back.
Oh, if Harris wins,
but I'll cop that. You know what? If Harris wins and it completely flips back, there's egg on my face. I will absolutely own it.
As a media personality, you're going to suck some serious crow.
As a media personality, I have to take the wins with the losses.
Yes. Because he's a very famous media personality.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
The most famous in all of Australia.
I will tell you this, because when we got some breathing room before we get some more reporting coming in, because Chris and I used to do this over and under show, and I loved it. And I loved talking with Chris. I love having him on the channel as a co-host. And when he finds some open time, we will definitely want to do more shows.
Well,
like
here's some good news for you, Steve.
What's that?
My calendar has begun to free up quite a bit, and I'm actually going to get back to streaming.
Who are you again?
So
no,
I'm going to start.
Yeah, dude, let's do
because it was I sat back and there was a few things that I've given up over the last probably couple of years, and that I used to enjoy. And streaming is one of them.
I know you did.
And
I know.
we sat back and I thought it's something that, you know, I think I stopped doing it because it started, as the channel started to grow to a point where money was coming in, and all of a sudden it was becoming stressful, and then we had like schedules, and it was becoming very formulaic, and
it's a pain in the ass.
It lost a bit of the fun.
Yeah,
and I've been able to sit back now and just go, you know what, I need to get back to what I was doing, which is having fun, talking to friends.
Exactly. That's what I'm doing now, and I love it. I love it, dude. I don't want to go back to that formality shit.
No, that's it. I do have a bit of news. Betting has been suspended on the election. Trump dropped to $1.05. Actually, it's back up now. It's back up now. He's $1.12. But no, and that's the thing. I mean, it was. And that's not to say I didn't enjoy doing what I was doing with the gang and everything, but look, a couple of things start to happen. You know, all of a sudden it starts to get very formulaic. Right. It was stressful, and then personalities began to clash. Like there was people who this one wouldn't be on if that one was on, and this one.
That's why I had the same people on.
There's important news.
One sec.
Both Arizona.
Hang on a sec, Joe. We'll do updates in a sec. Let's finish this little thing out. If you haven't noticed, Chris, this is why I like bringing people like you, Jared, and Gio on, because we've known each other all for how freaking long now, and we stand by each other, and that makes a huge difference. It makes it fun, you know. It makes it fun
even when we disagree with each other. Yeah. Well, even when we disagree with each other, that's one thing I always like about you, Steve, and I think you and me are probably on the same page here, where it's. I think we just. I think we ignore a lot of the bullshit around us. You know, there's plenty of people who are doing the whole, you know, Steve's this, Steve's that, Steve's a meanie poo, and Steve said this. And, you know, remember when I had the whole cancel mob offer to help boost my channel if I were to turn on you? Remember that?
Of course I do.
Yeah.
Of course I do.
And that's the thing. It's plenty of people will go down that path. And mate, I've seen plenty of people go down that path with you. You've been knifed in the back more than, you know,
literally
anyone should
channel, like literally that's been my whole thing, is being knifed in the back.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've got a few knives in my back too. I've got a few in my back.
And so does Jared. And so nobody really has GeoStreber, I don't think. But
okay. So what we need to do is we need to knife Geo.
Exactly.
Like, we can't have him left out.
Yeah, Gio.
I mean, you can try, but there's about 20 centimeters worth of lard between the skin and my vital organs. So good luck.
He's in Germany. You won't even notice the difference. Anyway, so updates, Gio. We got Arizona. I'm gonna leave neutral.
So Arizona and New Mexico both officially flipped to blue at the moment. Actually, New Mexico quite significant. It's now at 52% Harris and 46% Trump,
which is fine. But Arizona is statistical heat, so I'm not going to do anything with Arizona.
Arizona's about 1% apart, so it's a toss up.
But we have some. Iowa is still heavily going towards Trump. Michigan,
Iowa's going Trump. Pennsylvania is going Trump.
Wisconsin's a dead heat. Michigan leaning Kamala.
Michigan, Kamala's up too.
Yeah. And Minnesota. Oh God, Minnesota. Trump's up like 15.
Almost 20.
With 2% of the value.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just telling you right now, we might as well just call North Carolina and Georgia for Trump. I think, but whatever.
Yeah, we're at 72.
Georgia. I agree.
I think
North Carolina.
All right. What do you want to call? Okay, since we're doing projections, what do you want to do for Georgia? You want to call it?
Georgia, call it. We're at 82%.
Just somebody watching, this is not official. This has not been actually called. We're just doing our own projections because I don't think.
I don't even think there is such a thing as official calling.
Because a lot of these things may not even be called till tomorrow morning. So,
well, no. Look, I mean, it's the networks who are calling it. I mean,
exactly. There's no official calling, right?
So Fox News are calling it. we can call it just the same. We're looking at the same stats as they are.
Great way to put it. They're doing the same thing we are. They're it's not official.
So at the end of the day, I think that I would be comfortable saying that Georgia is going to go to. I'd call that a Trump. North Carolina is almost there.
You want to leave it as just leaning?
Yeah,
we're
just leave it for now.
we're at 73% reporting, and Trump is up 6.
See, I got to tell you, I'm going to call North Carolina because all these big cities have already reported, and they're done. So I'm sorry, but I'm calling that one for Trump.
Virginia is neck and neck again, 67%, and Harris is up.
Jumped ahead.
Yeah, Virginia officially, at least on the map, was switched over to blue again, but it's super.
But I mean, we're talking next to nothing.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to put Virginia as neutral right now. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
It's a 0.5 spread right now.
Okay,
it's less than 1.
So just with this, he's still winning.
Yeah.
Even if he gets Arizona, he's still winning. Or even if Kamala goes to, So this is still not looking good for Kamala.
Pennsylvania, how's Pennsylvania doing? Yeah,
Pennsylvania is still about 1%.
Plus 1.5 for Trump, yeah.
Yeah, this is what's crappy about Pennsylvania and stuff like that. It's literally, even though it's like a 2-point thing, it's anybody's ballgame.
I think there's still too much of the vote to come in from the cities to call Pennsylvania.
And you might be right. You might be right. I agree.
So
I'm leaving Pennsylvania
apparently,
where it is right now.
Some of the pundits at the AP are reporting that what is influencing a lot of these numbers and swings, there's a lot more of the young vote actually showing up, and they are voting for Trump.
Yeah, I agree. But as it stands right now, this is pretty brutal, man.
Yeah, young people are pretty conservative now. Like
look at all the bullshit that they've had to deal with growing up.
Well, you know what? If you got locked down during COVID and then had to put up with all the bullshit protests, the summer of love and all that kind of stuff, and you're getting out to vote for the first time, you're probably not voting for the people who burnt down cities.
Yeah.
Really?
So right now, even without Virginia, Wisconsin, Nevada, and Arizona, we're projecting Trump to win by 281 or more. That's brutal. I'm sorry. I
think most realistic.
Win this.
Like with Wisconsin, Wisconsin is plus 20 now for Trump. I mean, sure, with 3% in of the vote, but that's a really weird, selection. If that turned out not to be representative in one way or another.
I don't think Milwaukee would come in though.
Yeah, I'm not going to. Wisconsin yet. Although I do think that Wisconsin is going to go towards Trump. Matter of fact, even though I would be wrong on that in my initial predictions because I had Wisconsin going to Kamala. You had Wisconsin going to Trump, but that was, again, 50-50. But if Wisconsin goes to Trump, she's done. She's done in this.
Yeah. Are you worried?
But I mean, we're looking at it is there's nothing. It's 0.5 in it with 47% of the vote Trump, and funnily enough, RFK has 0.5% of the vote.
Okay, that's that could be a major difference in one of those states, in that state.
And look, that's the thing.
Actually, wait. I gotta correct something that I said earlier. Remember when I said that a worm was the second worst thing in Kennedy's brain?
Yeah.
I just remembered that JFK's sister was lobotomized, so it's the third worst thing.
Third worst. Let's see here.
Rosemary, right? Rosemary Kennedy.
I don't remember.
Yeah, they weren't actually particularly well people, the Kennedys.
No.
The amount of health issues that old JFK had. I mean, the reason he always looked so stiff and straight was because he basically had wood keeping his keeping him.
Yeah, he was wearing one of these harnesses around the spine and stuff.
Yeah, that's why when he was shot, it looks as though he sort of goes the wrong way and doesn't move. Let
me ask you through a question. Even I kind of got my own reasons for this, my own answers. But why do you think that, generally speaking, on these cities, it is the cities that tend to be democratic, where the rural areas tend to be Republican? Why do you think that's the main cause for that?
Government jobs.
Government
jobs in the public service. The public service is always skewed left because they're big government. Big government, more
I
jobs.
absolutely agree.
I mean, I live in the most left wing part of Australia. I'm in Canberra, the capital, and let me tell you, it's all about the government jobs.
Yeah, and government subsidizing and handouts and things of that nature.
Yep, that's exactly why I think it is.
Yeah, I agree. Too.
And if you notice up here in New England, most of the smaller states, what's the number one employer? The state government.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
update on Arizona. Arizona is now 0.5% up for Harris.
Yeah, I see that, but it's still a statistical dead heat.
Yeah, no. It's within the tolerances. Yeah.
So Jill Stein has gotten 300,000 votes plus 0.4% of the vote, but no electoral college votes, obviously. But Robert Kennedy got 272 so far, 1,000.
Not bad for a guy who said to everyone, "Don't vote for me."
Other candidates, Jay Brown got 1 vote, and ATT2 Projections got 1 vote for vice president. So there you go.
Jesus fucking Christ, it's so incredible.
Trump has gone to +3 in Pennsylvania.
Wow, that's a lot.
Let me look at this.
But he's come back in the betting. He's now only $1.11. I might get on that.
I don't think I can call Pennsylvania.
No, can't call it yet. I'm just giving the update.
Yeah, it's still leaning. It's leaning, but it's not.
55% reporting. Trump is up 3.
In Virginia, holy crap, that's another statistical dead heat right now.
Dead heat. Yep.
So all the dead heats one. Let me put Pennsylvania as a dead heat. And what do we got? So
that looks like if that continues like this and they stay up that close, they will all need manual recounts, right? But Virginia, Pennsylvania.
I think some states they automatically have to. I think it automatically triggers it manual.
Wisconsin maybe, and which was the other one?
So Arizona. Right now, just with this prediction, he needs 8. So any one of these 5 particular states, he would win. Pennsylvania, I still think is going to go to Trump, but it's just I can't call that. And even
it's trending in his way.
Michigan's still a dead heat too, guys.
I'm seeing 1 +1 to Harris.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, it's close, but
I'm leaning it toward Kamala. I'm going to lean it toward Kamala.
It's 0.7. But I mean, only 21% of the votes in. So
yeah,
when it's that close with that smaller vote, I wouldn't put too much into it.
I'm just leaning it. Even but I'm going to call Minnesota for Trump. I'm going to call Iowa for Trump. Especially Minnesota. I'm sorry, but it's going to go Trump. It's
3% of the vote.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but look.
Yeah, no, don't touch it.
Yeah. If anything, change Wisconsin because Wisconsin is trending towards Trump. We have 50% of the vote in.
I can lean it if you want.
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin's leaning toward Trump right now.
And he's +1.
Okay. Let's just come in. Still, it's very tight with only 50% of the vote in.
Yeah.
All right, listen to this. Okay,
but it's trending in Trump's favor. That's what I'm noticing.
But that puts him as a win, so I'm not going to do. I'm going to put it as neutral again, okay? Because if I even lean this toward Trump, it's going to be favored in his way. And I'm trying not to be biased.
No, you can't do that. You got to stay neutral.
Right. So that's why I put this as neutral. So you guys, let's take a poll right here. All 3 of you guys in the audience. Is just pretty good right now as being pretty unbiased, I think, the map we're showing.
Yeah.
No.
With Wisconsin or with Minnesota?
You what?
I'd get rid of Minnesota.
Minnesota should be neutral.
Yeah. I'll put it as neutral.
But Wisconsin, I think, should be marked red.
Wisconsin?
Yeah.
I still think it's neutral.
It's 50% counted, and it's 1.3% difference.
Right now. Minnesota's way more ahead for Donald.
Well, so hang on. Here's the thing: is if we mark Wisconsin as leaning red because of the trend, we also need to do that for Arizona because recent update, Arizona now with 49%,
exactly,
49% reporting Trump is up 0.2.
I mean, and
but that's a statistical toss-up, right? That's within 1%.
right.
So I
But
would
it's-
say that I would say
But
that we keep wait, stop. I would suggest that we keep everything that's within 1% between the candidates as neutral.
Right, that's Wisconsin. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Wisconsin for me, Wisconsin is
I have
Wisconsin's 2.
I have
Wisconsin's 2% at the moment,
No, I have Wisconsin at 1.1%.
which is more than 1.
It just
I haven't updated you.
Steve, it just updated, and Trump is at 50% flat, and
Okay,
Kamala's at 48.
I haven't updated that yet. So what do you want to move it as?
Lean Wisconsin red,
Got it.
light red.
Got it.
And the same for Pennsylvania, I'm afraid.
Pennsylvania, you're right. I've got to go. Sorry, Chris.
Yeah.
Look, hey,
he's going to agree with me, but yeah, I think Pennsylvania goes red.
I hope that you are all right, but
which do you want to remain? What do you want Pennsylvania to stay neutral?
Look,
Trump.
for me, I would have it. I think it's just too close, and same with Wisconsin.
Right.
I'm fine with Iowa leaning red.
Iowa's leaning red. That's a given.
I think Michigan maybe. I don't know what is anything else coming to Michigan.
I'll tell you what. You guys split the difference because Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, there's a 9-point difference. So,
Michigan's a toss-up at this point.
Yeah,
Michigan. Yeah, Michigan's
close.
There's 1% in it.
I have Michigan as a toss-up.
No, you got it as leaning blue.
No, I don't. Do I? Oh, I do. I'm sorry.
You do?
Yeah. Okay.
It's that geography again.
It's just whatever. But that's
in fact, Trump is starting to come back in Michigan.
Michigan. That sucks for Kamala because Kamala,
she needed it.
She needed it. Now it's looking more towards Trump. See, a lot of these things that were going initially towards Kamala.
Oh,
now that the other precincts are coming in, or the red waves coming in for blue.
Update. Maine flipped again.
Maine flipped again.
Yeah, so it's now 3 for blue and 1 for red.
Yeah, I see that.
Fox are actually saying that Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Arizona, North Carolina, Georgia, and Nevada are too early to call. So unless they might have information we don't have, I think Georgia. I would happily call Georgia.
I would too.
And same with North Carolina. I think North Carolina's done.
So real quick on Michigan, Maine. What do we got? We have.
They're not called. They're just leaning.
Yeah, that's fine. Is it leaning? Is it leaning 2-1-1?
Yes, okay. But you marked it as if it's safe. You need to click it again to turn it light blue.
Whatever.
There we go.
All right. So
because that actually now changes something, right? That's 2 votes less for Trump. Which means that Nevada would no longer do it under the scenario we described beforehand.
This is true. That 1 point may make a difference, right?
Yeah. By the way, in terms of popular vote, Trump is now ahead about 5 million votes. I mean, that's not surprising considering California is still on the way. So yeah.
And I don't think and most of New York's coming. So okay.
So Jay Brown asked me, what do you think about the national popular vote versus interstate compact? We have all EC districts, all EC votes by the local. I have no idea what he's asking. Sorry.
So a change to the presidential election, instead of the way we're doing it now with the Electoral College, and instead of just a rote popular vote nationally, merge the two. Instead of it being a popular vote within the state, have it be a popular vote within the Electoral College district and have those counted individually.
I would have no idea. I can't even process that right now for some reason.
So essentially what that means is, because I think it's one electoral college vote for every seat in Congress. Is that correct? Yeah. So it'd be essentially every seat in Congress would have its own electoral college vote.
And then you have this. Yeah. Then out of that, you have your super delegates that can actually change their vote.
No, super
Steve,
delegates
can you scroll back up?
are only in primaries.
Oh,
in Democrat primaries.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, what am I looking at real quick? Am I scrolling? Okay. 1 sec. How's that?
Yeah, that's better.
Arizona slightly leading, still red.
So Michigan on the map is red again, and quite
Yeah, it's
significantly.
0.4. It's
No.
0.4.
Oh yeah. Okay, misread. Yes, you're right. Pennsylvania is
I'm
1.8%.
I just want a quick new update so I can, like I said, I'd like to go out in at least an hour. I want to wrap this up.
Yeah, so in 20 minutes after the next update, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah,
Because then it's 5 a.m. my time.
I got to wrap this up by probably about 8 o'clock my time, because I got to go out and get something. So before the
there's probably not going to be a lot more. There'll be a lot of stuff that will come in late overnight. I think you'll probably find that nothing will be called before midnight, realistically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're not going to get a definitive result, anyways. We didn't last two times either. But what we did was
it's great. It's great for me. It's great for me because it's all prime time for me. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. In fact, I might even crack a beer soon. You never know.
Nice. Well,
we'll see. It is a school night.
But I got to tell you, my view right now is this is not looking good for Kamala.
Nope, I think she's toast.
Yep. How about you, audience? Do you guys think that Kamala can pull this out? Because I just don't see how.
There's still shenanigans that can happen.
I mean, let's just look at the map again, right? Everything that's marked gray would have to go to her, plus Pennsylvania.
Plus Pennsylvania,
right?
Right. Yeah.
Either Pennsylvania or Wisconsin would have to flip.
She would need all the neutral, and either Pennsylvania or maybe North Carolina might do it, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah, but North Carolina's not going to happen. Wisconsin might happen.
Wisconsin could do it. So she would
but
need,
not.
She would need all.
No.
These three.
No. If she gets all the toss-ups, so the 5 grayed out and Wisconsin, she falls one short.
Wow.
Yeah, so she needs Pennsylvania, unless something happens in Maine.
Yes, in Maine, because we don't think anything is changing in Nebraska, right?
No.
Right, so
actually, in Nebraska, it might even get worse.
I'll throw the question out there. Okay, Kamala loses, but Kamala loses by a narrow margin. Does she contest it? Does she try to? Does she claim shenanigans?
She'll probably will, but that'd be so hypocritical of her. It's ridiculous, and she'll be called out for it.
I don't think she will. I think she'll just step down. She'll accept it.
No. Okay. So you don't think she would just call shenanigans?
No, she did. No, she will. She will not contest it. I don't think so.
If she did, would you consider her to be hypocritical?
Yes.
Okay. I agree.
Obviously.
Yeah, because because of the balance of power and the transfer of power and all this other thing.
So here's
Jeez, 1,000 vote difference in Arizona right now.
I know, dude. It is.
Here's the other question I've got. Do we see a scenario where Harris loses the election, but Biden steps down before Trump takes office, giving us a Harris presidency, albeit brief?
I mean, that would be so funny. I mean, that's like the biggest
Here's
draw.
the worst part about that. It is absolutely not impossible. Or if they deemed Biden incompetent, like if they said, look, he's no longer able to fulfill the role, she would temporarily become president until.
I actually thought that I actually thought they might try and pull that off, like in the weeks prior to the election. I actually thought that might be the October surprise where all of a sudden Biden steps down because of a health condition, so that way she gets a bit of that momentum.
Yeah, I see that. That's not a bad game plan, because I even said
no. That can backfire like significantly.
Absolutely, it can. Yeah,
it's a gamble. It'd be a gamble. But if she loses, it's not much of a gamble. It would just be for her on the record books to be a woman president.
I was just being called for Trump.
Iowa has been called for Trump.
I don't see that yet, but probably.
I'm looking at it right now.
I'm giving it to him.
Who called it?
Yeah, because before the AP updates to the newest number, the number I'm seeing there is 51% reporting, and Trump is up to 12.
Yeah, that's pretty safe.
Yeah, it's done. Iowa's done for him. He's got Iowa. That's hurting. That's hurting for Kamala.
It's not good for Kamala.
So
what's he call it? Kamala. Not good for Kamala.
And Georgia, by the way, is definitely certainty for that. That's a good call. We call that one.
Yeah, 88%.
that's
Trump up 3.
Yeah.
Which one?
I
Georgia?
can't see that flipping.
Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
North Carolina, yeah. No, I think, North Carolina.
North Carolina
at that point.
I will say that the biggest ones for the chances of anybody's guess right now are Arizona, Minnesota, Michigan, and
Virginia.
And Virginia. Yeah. I'll put
Yeah.
Virginia on there. So Virginia, I have as Pennsylvania still leaning pretty red.
Yeah.
So explain to me this: how is she going to win? How? I don't
think she does.
I mean, if
8 o'clock.
wait. Yeah, no, I got it. If she gets all of the ones that are currently marked gray plus Wisconsin, then she has one advantage.
Yeah.
She would be at 281, right? Sorry, 271.
Okay. I mean, it's possible. Like I said, it's not impossible, but that's so.
It's unlikely. Very unlikely.
This is what we did the last 2 times I've done these. I went to bed saying this is my prediction. Trump's going to win, or whoever's going to win, and that's what we're going to have to do tonight, because we're not going to know for sure. We're just going to say our predictions after the next update, and then we'll see if we're right. Because when I first said that, look, I predicted Trump is going to win, I got so much shit for it. It was unreal, but it was just going by the numbers. It was just a matter of
there was regardless of what you say, there was some dodgy stuff that happened at the last election, and there was a lot of votes that got counted very late at night.
I don't disagree with that. But here's the thing, Chris. You got to remember, a lot of people that look at this, like what's going on, they have no idea even what the Electoral College even is. So they're not understanding why we're looking at the numbers and why we're looking at the projections the way we are, like any other pundit would do. Anybody that's looking at the politics is going to know how to do basic stuff like this. But you got to remember.
And look, unfortunately, what I find is, and most people in America live in their own little bubbles. Yeah. So they, there'll be people who won't understand how Kamala Harris has lost because all of their really liberal friends in wherever they are, and all the people that surround them in the area that they are,
right? But they're the same thing for Trump
think the same way.
Remember when Trump first won, they lost their fucking minds. They're like, "How is this possible? It's impossible." I'm like, no, this is the numbers show that Trump was going to win, and they could not understand this.
They protested on January 6th, and everything. It was, people forget that. Anyway, look, but the problem you've got in America is it's so divided that people aren't. I keep seeing these things. People have stopped talking to family. They're losing family members over a fucking politician.
But you know why, Chris?
Neither of them are great.
Here's the thing, I'm going to get shit for this, but I don't care because I get shit for everything. I want to tell you that I believe very strongly, almost to a level of knowledge level, but not quite. But I believe very strongly, Chris, that the reasons why we see a lot of polarization is because there's a huge, massive mental crisis that's happening in America, mental unwellness. There's a huge amount of people that are mentally unwell, and I'm going to die on that hill because I see people advocating for the most dumbest fucking things that in no possible world 20, 30 years ago would have happened.
No, but hang on. There's something. Okay, no, it's not. I don't think it is, and I'll push back on that a bit, and let me explain why. Because you're right. 20, 30 years ago, none of this stuff would have happened. But 20, 30 years ago, we didn't have social media, and social media is the difference. What used to happen was people would have to talk to people in their communities, and you were forced to talk to people with a variety of views. Whereas now, if you believe that the Earth is flat, you know what? You can go online and you can find 1,000 people who are all, and you can find your community, and you can create your bubble in there. And the thing is, people are creating their bubbles in these online communities.
Becoming mentally
people
unwell.
are also very brave. People also, it becomes it's a tribal thing. We're a tribal species.
Chris, you're not saying anything that's against what I'm saying. You're actually, you're in a way supporting what I'm saying because I think that's because of social media, people are becoming mentally unwell.
No, I think it's just reinforcing our tribal nature. We're tribe.
Dude, when you watch these videos,
we defend our tribe and we fight against the other tribe.
When you see people advocating for things that are just absolutely ridiculous and losing their minds the way they do, the mental breakdowns they're having, that's not normal behavior, dude.
But
That's
why?
mental
But why are
wellness.
you seeing? But hang on. Why are you seeing that? Why you're seeing that is
Because
because
they don't know how
of
to
social
cope. They
media.
don't know how to cope with reality.
People are still having those mental breakdowns. It's just now that they're doing it with a camera shoved in their face on TikTok.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
You
true.
wouldn't have known if Jenny with blue hair from New York
That's
was having a
true.
mental breakdown because her dad decided that
But
he was
I-
going to vote for
but
Trump.
I
You
do
wouldn't have
think-
known that 30 years ago.
But there are
Now
more
she's
of
got
them.
a camera in her face.
There are more of them. I'm telling you, there's more of them. I will die on that hill. There's definitely more.
I think we're seeing more. But you're probably right. I think people have been emboldened because I think people feel emboldened to do things like this that they may not have done
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
before
But-
because they've got a community to go to.
Right. Exactly.
Humans do. That's it. Humans.
It's and it is tribalism, like major freaking tribalism.
100% is tribalism.
I think we both definitely agree
100%.
that regardless of the factors and the comorbidity factors that factor into it, because there's so many of them, it is an absolute form of tribalism on the likes that we've never seen before.
Yeah. Hey, you know something, Steve? Here's one thing I love. You and me, we can have a heated disagreement, and we still get on with it.
I love that though. Dude, you and I are
How good
supposed
is
to have
that?
disagreements.
That is why over and
And
under worked. Incidentally, Arizona, I'm just looking at the numbers right now, and there is 1,000 votes in it.
It's it. I know. I
Yeah.
know it's so close to.
Yeah, we had it earlier. Yeah.
But here's the thing: I'm willing to change my position and have many times because of your influence, and you've changed your mind because of my influence.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's
Well,
how.
see, I think
that's what it does
I remember.
too.
I remember your your
Steve-
red pill moment.
There is new information. In Maine, one of the districts has been called blue.
Okay.
So one of them you can just mark blue. Yeah.
So I remember
full-on
your
blue.
red pill
There we
moment,
go.
Steve.
What was that?
And it was actually your red pill moment. I think it was an episode of Over and Under we were doing, and it was I can't remember the exacts of it, but it was during the Summer of Love, and there was a police officer. The picture appeared to have a police officer with a gun pointed at a father carrying a child. Okay, and I remember this, and I remember you going, have a look at it. Here it is, and then we pulled it back. And I actually got you the actual footage, and you could see they were across the road from each other, and nothing near. But it was the way that they got the camera in, and the way that they,
exactly. I remember.
and then the way that they sold the story, knowing it was false.
bullshit. It was
And I remember, I just remember this look on your face of it was like this something clicked. That was, hang on a second, and I think that opened you. I think that opened you up to a lot of things.
And you're probably not even wrong on that. And like, well, I'll give you another example similar. Like, we all know that when Trump was talking about very fine people, he absolutely excluded people like white nationalists and white supremacists.
That's a
We all
hoax.
know this, right?
It's a
And then
hoax,
Obama, but Obama went on a speech just the other day, and he reiterated that well-known bullshit. And again, I don't have to be pro-Trump to go, wait a minute here, Obama, you're lying to people. I respected you. And he absolutely lied to the American public. I don't know how any way, shape, or form that you could argue that he was not lying, because you don't think that the ex-president knows that what Trump actually said and knows that was already been disproved. So why would he go in front of the American people and literally lie to people in boldface? That bothered me.
Because
dude.
he was what he was doing was he was lying and reinforcing a lie to people who were happy for that lie to be reinforced, so they can go out and then go and tell all their friends. Oh, but he said,
where does his integrity go? He knows that's a lie.
he's a politician. He's a politician.
I know, but you want to think that okay, maybe they won't boldface lie like that. But holy shit, come on, Obama was supposed to be
Obama was
guy.
no,
Great spokesman.
Obama was put on
No,
he was put on
really.
this pedestal. He was put on a pedestal, and it's something that he wasn't. Now, okay, look, it was I think it was a big moment for the US, to have the first African or black president. He's half white, half black.
Mhm.
And okay, that was probably a big moment that America needed for healing. But as far as the president goes, I mean, look, he was as charismatic as hell, but he wasn't that good.
I will say that he was probably one of the best orators we've ever had as one of the
Wonderful orator.
Yeah,
Oh,
wonderful.
absolutely.
And nobody can say that dude is stupid. I mean, Obama is one smart guy. Very, very well educated.
Of course.
But it's still though, dude, it pulls at my heartstring to see him go up there and actively lie to people going, and the people going, yay, yes, you're right. And yet I'm like, all you motherfuckers know this was a lie. We all know this. It was very clear. We've all seen the footage. We all know that it was media that bullshitted this. And you kept telling me this, Chris. You kept on telling me like the media, takes this out of context and willfully goes after Trump and Trump derangement syndrome. And by the way, it was actually tell you, Steve Dave, that really convinced me that Trump derangement syndrome is an actual thing. But you were the one that actually started putting that in my head. And and it wasn't like I disbelieved it, man. It wasn't like that I said, look, there's no such thing as Trump derangement syndrome. But I didn't realize how prevalent it really was at the time. I do certainly now. It is a real phenomenon. It is a legit freaking phenomenon that the way they go about, and you don't have to like Trump, but why do they have to go out of the way to actively lie about him is what I don't get. Same thing with Kamala. I wouldn't want anybody lying about Kamala either.
So, Steve, you remember RJ Downard, right?
Yes, of course.
He has me muted on Twitter because we were having a discussion about politicians and the media lying about politicians. Mm-hmm. And he fully recognized that, yes, Trump has lied. Trump has gotten things wrong,
I agree with
but would not fucking listen about the media lying about Trump.
Yeah, see, but here's the thing. This is weird because we all know Trump lies. Okay, we've accepted that, right? We've accepted that. But we won't accept that the media and Obama and all the rest lie too?
All politicians lie.
Well, that's
politicians,
kind of
of course they do.
It's a prerequisite for the job.
Yeah.
But look, of course the media lies. The media lies completely. We've seen that.
Yeah. The media, look, years ago, and this is what's his name? Rupert Murdoch. Rupert Murdoch realised that the best way to have the news would be to take a side, because then you're going to have 50% of the population loyally following you. And you know what? He was right. But news outlets are no longer, they don't report the news. What they do is they report the opinions. You go to Fox News, you get right leaning, okay, with the occasional token Democrat. Mm-hmm. You go to CNN, you get it's the other way. Although CNN's coming back a little bit, I think they realised the folly of their.
Well, they used to have shows that would
MSNBC is MSNBC is really just MSN DNC.
Yes, I agree, 100%. But here's the thing: those shows used to be outliers, right? It used to be mainstream news, and then you would have the opinion shows, right? I grew up listening to Hannity and Combs opinions. I grew up listening to Rush Limbaugh back when he was actually somebody who actually made somewhat sense. I don't know what happened to him in the later years. He went off the rails, big time. But when he had a show, when Rush Limbaugh had his own show on like channel 50 UHF or whatever it was, he did really well. I thought he was really funny, and has some really good points of views. But then he just kind of went off the deep end. But real quick, Virginia, I am leaning towards Kamala now.
Yeah, because 73% counted, and she is up 1.5.
Which is no big surprise.
I tend to agree. Yeah. What's really looking bad though is the Great Lakes area, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. That's getting worse. No.
So Minnesota 9% in, Trump up 25.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, do you really don't think we could lean Minnesota?
No, I don't think we can. No.
You don't think we can lean that toward Trump right now?
No, not yet. We're still under 10% counted. There's still too much of a selection bias there.
I'm going to listen to you guys. I disagree. I think we can lean. I think that Minnesota's leaning towards Trump right now, but I'm not. I'll leave it as a toss-up right now. I'll leave it as a toss-up.
So here's one you can update. We have 26% in for Michigan. Trump up 3.
Yeah, that definitely leans.
I'm willing to lean Michigan toward Trump right now if Chris agrees.
I'm just seeing where that. You know what? There's a lot that's come in from.
They've got a lot from Detroit and Lansing.
Yeah.
Yes, and Grand Rapids. But Detroit, that's our biggest bastion. Yeah. Their stronghold. So.
Oh, you know what?
And even then, Detroit was went red. Actually, that's surprising. Detroit.
I don't think there's enough of the vote counted. There's only 15% of the expected vote has been counted in Detroit. Oakland County, there's a few more, but the core of Detroit, the hard blue.
You might be right because I'm surprised Detroit is red right now. It might not be.
No, Detroit's not red. Detroit's blue.
I have it as red here.
No. So I'm looking at
Wayne County.
I'm looking at Associated Press, and it has it.
Wayne County, 126,500 for Harris and 8,000 for Trump. It's not even close.
Interesting.
Wayne County's, yeah, and there'll be a lot more that'll come in.
All right, so you want to leave Michigan open right now?
It's close. I'm not comfortable pulling the trigger on that one yet.
All right, but you're agreeing it is marginally leaning towards Trump, right?
Actually, the numbers I'm looking at are, hang on. What numbers are you guys looking at?
I'm looking at. I'm looking mostly at AP though.
I'm on Fox News right now for the breakdown by county, and I'm seeing Wayne County.
See, they have Fox. I'm not using Fox, so that kind of gives us different things.
Sorry, I had to refresh the one I was on. It was a bit out of sync. Sorry, I was giving results that probably would have been really good a while ago. That's still behind there.
Yeah, we still don't have all of Detroit in because Detroit's in Wayne County.
I'm telling you.
And there's
hang on, wait, yes,
Michigan is leaning toward Trump. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but only 0.67 of Wayne County's in.
I know. I agree. It's still a
toss-up. Like 0.67.
All right. Well, we got reporting coming in a few more minutes for some things. So.
Yeah. So that is the last batch of the continental ones, right? So it's California, Oregon, Washington, and Idaho.
Correct.
What I don't understand is why Nevada hasn't, reported anything.
They were supposed to report an hour ago.
Last year, yeah. Sorry, last hour, yeah.
Yeah.
But
so let's get some new reports in, and then probably wrapping up here, guys, in the next 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm about to head out anyway after these new numbers are coming in. It's 5 a.m. now.
I do want to thank Heat Shield, Thoughts by Jay Brown, Tom34B, and other people hanging in the live chat tonight. So I appreciate that. I'm definitely.
Incidentally, really quickly, I just want to comment on something in the chat. Tom has blamed it all on Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan has been probably one of the most fun parts of this campaign. Going old school Hulkamania. How good has that been? Just the old wrestling fan in me has just loved it.
Oh my God, Virginia still pretty close though. Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know how did we lean that toward Kamala when it's so damn close?
Because she was up more 1.5, almost 2.
Oh, she's still is according to the data that I have.
It's still 1.5. It's still 1.5, but that's still super close.
I think that's neutral. I think I wouldn't be comfortable calling for that for her, the same as I wouldn't be comfortable.
I'm not calling
Michigan
it, but we're leaning it right now. We're definitely not calling Virginia, or no. But I mean, I'm leaning it to Kamala, but even that still could flip.
Maine's just officially been called the 2 electoral votes for Harris. So one for it's 3 for 3. So 1 district for Trump,
and the
one
other
district for Harris, and the 2 for
and the state for Harris. Yeah.
All right. So let me do this, and then is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
Not a big shocker to anybody.
No, I don't think anyone's really surprised by that.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see, honestly, Arizona, Virginia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin.
Arizona, there is nothing in that.
Arizona's way too difficult to call right now.
Arizona,
0.2%.
Yeah, 0.2% with 50%.
Yeah,
reporting.
It is. Yeah. That is about as statistical dead heat as you can get. Because even though the major cities have reported, it's still super, super, super close.
Yeah,
and in Arizona, there's a lot of dead people in Arizona that have still got to have their vote counted.
No, that's just how people in Arizona look like. The sun does really bad things to their skin.
Good point. I take your point.
I'm going to tell you now, though. After the next reporting, I'm going to when I call it, I'm probably going to call it for Trump. It's not even a problem. I'm just going to say I'm going to call it for Trump as going in preliminary right now before we end. I see Trump winning. What do you guys think?
I think you're right.
All right, updates coming in. California for Kamala. Shock.
Stop it! No way. Really?
What? Not
Damn.
California.
No, I'm giving California to Trump just because I can. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. All right, so
we have 60% of the vote in for Wisconsin.
Uh-huh.
Trump up by 2.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think Wisconsin. Yeah, well, that's a given.
Minnesota is also now above. I think at this point you need to lean Minnesota towards Trump as well,
said
because
that as
it's
well earlier, but he said no.
Yeah, but now it's over 10%.
Washington and Oregon have just been called for Kamala.
Yes, shocker.
So with 0.0% of the vote in, they've called it.
In Michigan, it's also getting clearer. It's now Trump +4.
Right.
In Michigan
is pulling ahead for Trump, dude.
Yeah.
I'm going to lean it. I'm sorry. I'm going to lean it. I got to, man. Come on.
If there was more than 50% of the vote, I'd say yes. But look, hey, it is your channel, your stream. Sorry, hang on. Hang on. Is it your channel though? Is it your channel? Is it really your channel?
Hang on. It's my channel, but it's our stream. This is our show.
I don't know. Yes.
Chris is officially half of the over and under, which makes absolutely nothing. So he gets half of absolutely nothing. Don't sue me.
I'm just thinking. Hey, you guys, would you like to confirm to everyone that you heard Steve agree to give me half of the channel?
I said half of nothing.
I'm gonna get a lawyer. I know a guy called I know a guy called Nate who can represent me.
Yes, I know a few people that might.
Nice.
Yes, nice. Too soon. Okay. California.
So 16.
Called. Yeah, California just got called.
Rhode Island's been called.
I don't see Oregon being called yet on AP, but yeah, let's be fair, that one's safe.
Yeah.
Wisconsin! Holy crap! I'm telling you, Wisconsin is going to. It's going to be a win. It's going to be a win for Trump with Wisconsin. I'm telling you, 60% already reporting.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think you can lean it. I think you can lean it to it.
Yeah, I'm leaning it right now, but I'm going to call Wisconsin as a win.
Okay, guys, and on that terrible disappointment, I think I'm gonna head out.
All right.
So
we're going to wrap this up. But where are you standing right now? Because right now this is looking super, super, super bad for Kamala.
Kamala's toast. Full stop.
You know what? Let's even give Nevada to Kamala, and let's give Arizona. She got Nevada
done.
Okay, that's not. Oh shit! I didn't mean to change Utah. All right, so that's fine. We're good. Did I give it? I don't remember if I gave her Nevada. No, I gave Nevada to Trump. All right, so we'll give Nevada to Kamala. Arizona, what do you think? Trump?
Too close.
It's so close.
I can't call.
It's
I feel it's going to go to Trump, but
I'm actually going to leave that neutral. I
mean, look at this. Every single state would have to flip almost.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to.
New Mexico, you can give to Harris.
New Mexico, we'll give it to Harris. That's fine.
Yeah. 2/3 of the vote in, and she's up 7. It's hers.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave Arizona because it's there's no possible way I could even anybody can call that rationally. So this right here is what we're going to leave it at. Now, obviously, Minnesota. Minnesota's pretty strong. I would say. Well, Michigan. No, Jesus Christ! I'm telling you, they all look like they're heavily going toward Trump, dude.
I think they are. Well, I think my gut tells me Trump will win, but I just don't discount the Democrats' ability to cheat.
Okay, well, I tell you what, this is what we're going to leave it as. Even though these top states and by the Great Lakes may change something, this as right now is what I'm predicting. We're looking at a 304 to 223. Yep. And then again, that's Arizona is a flip can go either way. So even if he lost Minnesota and get Arizona, it's still win.
He'd still win.
Even if he lost any of these, it wouldn't matter. I mean, he's so far ahead right now; it's ridiculous. So let's call it a night, guys. I'm not going to go with 312 like he said, but I think that there's a good chance that he's going to win with over 300 votes. But even then, I only had with 383, or 283 before, so that's only 17 votes that I would have been off. But yeah, let's do it. So let's go on record here. I'm going to say over 300 for Trump, because again, I can't do anything with Arizona. So I'm changing my thing just a little bit. I'm gonna say 300 electoral votes or more for Trump. What about Geo? What about you?
It sounds about right. That's all I can say.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Pennsylvania flipped back, but that doesn't look to be the case
Don't hold your
anymore.
breath for that, man. It doesn't look promising.
No. So I would say Trump at least at 280, probably more. I think you're right with your 300 estimate. Sounds about right.
All right, Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, Trump has if things stay the way they are trending, Trump has a comfortable win, and it looks like he'll have both the Electoral College and the popular vote.
I'm on board with that. I think you're correct. All right, Chris, the political expert. What say you?
300. I'm sticking with my 312. The only one I did flip at one point was Virginia and Pennsylvania, but I think they've both trended back to my original thoughts, which is Pennsylvania Trump, Virginia to Harris. I'm sticking with what I've got.
That's perfectly fair. Now, let me ask you though: do you think that this is the three of us, are kind of going with us, which is over 300? So if it is 312, we all win. Okay, we all correct. So we're just hedging our bets a little bit more. But do you see this being as even remotely problematic? Because I think this is pretty unbiased. I don't know how else to look at it. I don't want everybody to think, oh, you guys were just pro Trump, and I'm like, no, this is literally just going.
I'm pro Trump, but I think it's fair to say I'm probably the only pro Trump person here. I think everyone else is kind of reasonably neutral.
So we're being fair. This map?
Yeah, we've been following the numbers the entire night.
So Chris,
guys, I really need to go.
Good night,
so
Gio.
I'm heading out.
Later, Dale.
Yeah, I'm ending this.
Likewise, I'm going to have to go. So goodbye to you all. Guten Nacht, guten Tag to Gio.
Just say, Chris, before you go, that this map is fair and you agree. That's it. I mean, at least they're going to be 300 or higher.
I think so. Yeah, I disagree on a few, but I stick with my 312.
But this is the fair map. I think so. All right.
Yeah.
I have that. Go ahead and bugger out, guys. I'm going to move myself here too, because I'm going to end this. So Jared, thanks very much. Chris, always a pleasure, my friend. We'll be in touch. So
absolutely,
thank you guys
mate.
for watching, and see you guys especially if we do another episode of Over and Under, which almost certainly we will. But this is what we're going to leave it tonight as over 300 for Trump. We all predict that Trump is going to win, so I don't see any way that he can't at this point. And I will tell you right now that I bet his entourage is very happy, and the camp of Trump is celebrating right now. So with that, guys, good night. And we'll see you later on the Non-Sequitur Show. Peace, guys.
See you all.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys. I'm out. I got to go to the store.
Hey.